Hello friends, good morning. How are we all doing today on this sunny Wednesday morning? Wednesday, it is Wednesday, I feel like it is. I hope you're all well, friends. We're back again this morning with our HeartGold, Soul Silver, Shiny only Nuzlocke. We are yet to find the Shiny, but today is a new day, and today means that we might get it today. I feel confident that we could get it. Phoenix, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day, and hopefully we do see something shine today. We've done a heck of a lot of resets so far, and we just got to keep the confidence up, keep the grind up, and we will hopefully get there. But I hope you're doing well and having a great start to your day. I just need to start off the stream with retweeting a good friend of mine's tweet to give him some help. And if you would like to chip in with this tweet I'm about to retweet, be my guest. Hop over onto Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, and then you'll be able to see. Right. Thanks, friends. I am sorry, chat. I'm sorry. There's a tweet I need to retweet. I've been specifically asked if I can retweet this, and I'm just not one of those people that is good at multitasking. You tune in and I'm sitting here on my phone. I am sorry. Thank you so much to everyone for joining this morning. I hope you're all well. Right, here we go. Squad: Ken, Natalie, Brian, Exia, Bomberclat, Rich, LC Skeleton, Olio, Ashley, Michael, and Chloe. How are you doing this morning? Project Horizon, I hope you are all well. Right, let's kick into it, friends. If you want to get involved, if you want to ask me a specific question, I can't tell you what it's in regards to, but my good friend Charlie Merriman, you might know him from the EU broadcast that we do here in Europe for VG. He has put a tweet out, and I've had to retweet it at his request this morning. So if you've got any questions that you would ever like to ask me, ever, it can be Pokemon related, it can be not Pokemon related, now's your chance. You've got 24 hours to reply to Charlie's original post and get your questions in, I guess. So have fun with that. It will be fun. I'm sure you'll see whatever this is related to in a week or so's time. So it'll be good. I can't say anything now, but it is a lot of fun. Anyway, chat, let's get into this morning. Is today going to be the day? I hope it is. We need to see something shine. Could it be the first one? Imagine if it was. And then we have the full stream to take part in this Nuzlocke. Finally get it underway, which would be incredible. But we'll have to see. What's the first one say? Nada, nada, nada. Seeing these same Pokemon over and over and over again. We'll get there. Danny, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're well. Good morning to you. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining the stream today. I hope you all doing very good. And Danny, I've just said hello. I don't know why I'm saying hello again. Hello, Danny, again. And Vida, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Having a good morning. Joe, good morning. Charles, how are you doing? I hope you're well, my friend, and having a great start to your day. Let's get through these. Let's get through these resets as quick as we can. Belly Bolt, how are we doing? I'm new here. Great to have you here. Hope you are doing great. Holy heck, is that a real Belly Bolt? Is it a real one? Let's get the Pokeballs out and catch it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It's I just really hope. I really hope, chat, that we can see one of these shine today. Really, come on. Ah. What do you think? What are the chances today, chat, that we're going to see something shine? I felt a bit deflated after Monday's stream. I thought I was sure, I was convinced almost that we were going to see something shine, but nothing appeared. The little Tortadile is not popping up just yet. Cyrus, do you have a favorite shiny Johto starter? It would definitely have to be Tortadile, I think. Have to be. That's the one I would really like us to get, but at this point I'm just happy to get anything will do at this stage. But I hope we do see one of them shine today. It'd be super nice if we do, but we'll just continue on. We'll have a nice stream regardless if we see something shine or not. I love your videos about the Charizard Solar Raid, and I'm currently farming then. Good luck with the Herba drops, Belly Ball. I hope that you get some... The Herba gods are shining down on you and you get those 4 and 5 drops a lot more of the time than you do get those single drops. Let me know how it is going, but I'm pleased the build was helpful. Thanks so much for dropping into the stream today. Project Horizon, I'm clearing a tad bulb outbreak right now because I got a shiny. Very nice, mate. Good luck with getting any more shinies as well. I hope you get a few more. Bobbleclad, get the quick balls. Get the quick balls ready to get this belly balled. Chloe, first time tuning in for this one. Fingers crossed today's the day. Well, it would be awesome. Considering it is your first time tuning into this one, it'd be awesome if we got the shiny today. I really hope. I hope we do. Phoenix has to shine today. I love the confidence, Phoenix. I'm with you. I feel like it has to shine today. I don't know what I should name Suicune. Any ideas? Chat, what do we think for Ashley Suicune? What do you think a good name is? It has to be something really... Like, it has to be a fire nickname. Like, not fire, but a good nickname. Later, I fell asleep during your Monday night stream. I was so sleep deprived. I'm not surprised after all of the assignment work that you were doing. You definitely deserve the rest. I hope you're well rested up now, Vader. And great to have you here joining us again. And Sadman, thank you so much for the comment and the love and the support, my friend. Really appreciate it. And great to have you joining the stream with us this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Belly Ball, good luck on getting the shiny. Shiny Belly Ball is here to cheer. Shiny Belly Ball is one of the top tier shinies I think that we've got from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I do love Shiny Belly Ball. It was definitely one of the first ones when I saw it. I was like, it looks like shiny Azumarill in a lot of ways, so we have to go after it. And I love Belly Ball. The fact that we've been able to use it in a bunch of... Wow. Zachary coming in. Chat, we got to show Zachary some huge love. 20 gifted memberships. Zachary, thank you so much for your generosity. Zach, I cannot thank you enough for that, my friend. Coming in to start off the stream in like such a generous way. Thank you so much, mate. It means a huge amount. And everyone that has jumped on and become a new member, we're going to be in Alert City for the next few minutes. But thank you so much. I'll go through all the names in a minute, but thank you to all our new members. But a huge shout out to Zachary and chat. We need to show Zach some huge love. Thank you so much, mate. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And wow, huge gift. Thank you so much, mate. On the back of it, we need to get this shiny today. We do. Hopefully we see something shine very soon. But like I said, if you're coming into the stream today, chat, and you missed out on that first initial part where I was just sitting on my phone, if you head over to X on Twitter, there is a retweet from myself for my good friend Charlie Merriman asking for a request if you've got ever a question that you wanted to ask me. I can't say what it's about, but if there is, you got 24 hours to get your questions into Charlie. So head over there and get a question in, and Charlie might ask me in some capacity of what he is planning, scheming, and things like that. Mega hype. James, good morning to you, or afternoon. How are we doing? I hope you're well. Afternoon, late. It's got to shine today. My GB operator came this week. It's a nice piece of kit. Awesome to hear, James. I'm pleased that you finally got it. That's very exciting. What's the first game you're going to boot up onto it, mate? What is your plan with it? But I hope you have a lot of fun with it, and it is a great bit of kit. I love that they've created that. I just hope they do a sequel to it for the DS and 3DS games. That would be that's the next step. Come on, Epilogue. We know you want to do it. Can you recatch the Mightiest Mog Charizard if you got it during the first raid? No, unfortunately not, Beanie. The only draw to going in and doing it again this next few days is going to be going into Farm Herba Mystica. Otherwise, if you've already caught it previously, there is no way to get another one, so you'd have to do it on a separate save file, which is a little bit sad, but I mean, it makes sense with how the Mightiest Mog Pokemon kind of operate in the games. With 20 gifts, one absolute monster of a donation. Good morning, y'all. Riley, good morning, mate. That is, I know, crazy. Zachary, forever in your debt, my friend. Thank you so much for just being such a generous person, and we are sending all of you some big love this morning for that. So have gifted membership, of course. I don't know if automatically extended. I don't know if it does. I'm not really too sure how it works, Vader. Currently in post game of Fire Red. They did show a brief video of the SNES system they are working on. I did see that as well. That looks that looks very cool. I don't have any SNES games though. That's the only problem. My mum, bless her, took our SNES down with all of our games and donated it to charity for the tsunami. I mean, it went to a good cause, right? So I can't can't be too mad, but I do miss my SNES sometimes. It would be nice to have. Mario Kart, Street Fighter 2 Turbo as well, one of my favorite games on that system. Gone forever. There's no way I'm buying any of those games back either. People on Pokemon Homes, GTS of a price, Veritat, Trim, Frufro. I can imagine Frufro, because it's not, but wait till ZA comes out and you're gonna have a way easier time getting that Pokemon. It's a dreaming. Good morning to you. I hope you're well, my friend. Vader, they do not auto renew. No, they are. Okay, so that makes sense. So Soggy, thank you so much for clarifying, because I wasn't really too sure how that worked, but that's good to know for future. So the ZA is going to be so helpful. Yeah, the ZA is going to be so helpful. Thinking something water-esque or something to do with ice. Aurora. Ah, that's a cool idea, isn't it? Aurora. What about you, Lee? Poseidon feels like it's too, I don't know, it doesn't really fit, does it? Because it's kind of like that, I guess, more of a Kyogre name, I guess I would go for. Even Lugia would fit into that some way. Kaylee, good morning to you. No notification here. Ah, YouTube, not doing us any favors again, but great to have you joining us this morning. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day, and hopefully we see something shine today with one of these starters. We're so deep in with these resets now. We cannot give up. We have to keep going, pushing on. Muffin, good morning to you, my friend. Great to see you as always. Love the giving moon this morning. You and chat are the best. Chat, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. I don't know about me. I'm kind of failing in my part of the deal here. The shinies are pretty sparse. I just hope that because this one's taking so long, we luck out massively when we eventually get into this playthrough with any more of the shinies that we do go after. How do you think about Pokemon Legends ZA Belly Ball? I am very excited for it. We'll have a video out later with some further discussion, speculation on the new games this week, because we did one last week about the organization behind the whole plans, the redevelopment, what maybe could be the underlying schemes of that organization, what Pokemon they might use to hatch their plan together, which was a fun video to do. So if you haven't seen that, do check it out. Shameless plug, of course, on my end, but it is a lot of fun. It involves Hooper, and I do feel like that could kind of come to fruition in it. Maybe what we see, but maybe not. Even if it doesn't, I'm not too worried. It's a nice theory. It would be good if we do see that play out. But this week, looking at the starter Pokemon, and I think it's going to be a bit different from a lot of the starter predictions than maybe a lot of other creators have done. I just feel like a lot of them are just too obvious, but I go into that in the video. It'll be out later today, so I hope you managed to catch that one. And then another one in the works as well is, oh, that one's going to take a little while, but that'll probably be next week's one. If I can get it done before, it'll be up there. But I do love the speculation talks and things like that, but really enjoyed doing the starter one this week. It's been a lot of fun putting that one together, and the reasons behind my final selection. I think the final selection that I ended up with, a lot of people will like, but I think some of the ones that I've discounted along the way, probably people will dislike just as much. Project Horizon, you need more Pomeg berries. Oh mate, yeah. Need to get more systems set up, and then you can farm them a little bit better. Xia, hopefully it shines today. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Rough start equals super shiny luck for the rest of the run. I hope that logic kind of works out. It doesn't always really work like that. It could be just a really rough run, whatever ends up happening, but you never know, Kaylee. You're doing way more than your part. We are just here to support you along the way. No, you guys do way more than your part. Honestly, you guys make this community what it is, so very lucky to have you all, and I just love doing these earlier streams, and I'm so pleased we kind of dived into doing them, especially with that Nuzlocke, and then this one here, which we're just getting into now. Zachary, I may split the gifts up next time so it's not constant. It's not a constant barrage of notifications. Mate, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's no trouble at all. I'm going to try and take a minute in a little while to go through everyone that has joined. But a huge shout out again to you, Zachary, my man. Thank you so much for just being so generous. And don't worry about the notifs. It's all on my end. Then it's fine. Excited to play ZA. I never play X and Y or Black and White. I was on poker break at that time. Ken, I am very excited for you to experience them. Gonna have a lot of fun with them. If you can pick up older copies though, definitely try and go back to them and play through them before this new one drops. It would be definitely worthwhile. Mad Lamb, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Thanks for joining the stream this morning. I really like the theory style videos late. Keep them up. Riley, the next one after this is going to be pretty much looking at what you brought up with that overlay. So I've been doing a bit of digging with that about not the overlay but the sketches and the cap and the stuff like that. I've got some explanations for those, so that is going to be quite a fun video to do, but all centered around what you mentioned in your initial comment on that first video. What starter would you prefer to get in the shiny run? Tiago, I would definitely prefer to get the Totodile, but I am happy. I really like all the shinies in Gen 2, so I'm not going to be sad if we don't get a specific one. I'd prefer to get Totodile if I had to pick. Cyndaquil I think would be best for the run, and Chikorita would probably be the worst for the run. But like I say, I think in that order, Totodile, Cyndaquil, and then Chikorita. Makes me feel bad for Chikorita, but I'd be still super happy if we ended up getting the Chikorita, to be honest. What about you? What would you pick? Tyler, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are having a great start to your day. Great to see you as always. I'm doing all right, mate. I'm just hoping that we can see some sunshine today. We've had the drought continues, but the drought, like every drought, has to end at some point, and maybe today is that day. We'll just keep going. Project Horizon, thank you so much for coming by the stream. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully catch you on another one very soon, and thanks so much for the shiny luck. We definitely need it. Sam, how are we doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. Hope you have a beautiful day so far. My day's been really good so far, Sam. I hope yours has been as well, and hopefully this hunt makes it even better if we do get a bit of a result. Just want to jump into the playthrough. Kelly, Fluttermane is awesome with the Charizard raid. I was a little nervous thinking it was going to be the hardest of the trio, but Fluttermane is great. Fluttermane makes it so easy, doesn't it? It's so quick just to run through with Fluttermane, and you're like, even if the RNG goes against you, you're pretty safe like every time going in against the Charizard. I think you'd have to have like multiple critical hits to make it a difficult raid with Fluttermane. I do like the Sylveon as well, but I gotta say the Fluttermane is probably just a little bit quicker. But the Sylveon's more accessible to everyone, and the Hyper Beam's kind of fun to use as well. You don't often get many opportunities to use the Hyper Beam, but I'm gonna upset Ken here. I'm going to upset Ken because I know Ken was talking about Azumarill and why I didn't use it. The first raid I went in with Azumarill, I was like, it hit the overheat into me and then hit a Hurricane crit, and I was like, oh, okay. Here we go. I'm like, nah, it's way too inconsistent. Whereas with the Sylveon and the Fluttermane, I feel like you can go into it, you can take multiple attacks, even if you get a bit of bad RNG, and you're still able to set up and run through it really quickly. But the Azu just feels, yeah, it's just so difficult, and you know how much I love Azumarill, so I don't need really any excuse to use it. I just was like, nah, I can't suggest it this time around. It's just not. I'm just gonna get barraged with comments saying how bad Azumarill is and how many times people went in with it and just fainted early on. So I was like, yeah, we'll leave that one for now. So sorry, Ken. Man, that's really exciting, man. I'm really excited to see it because not a lot of people seem to have picked up on the lights and the wall, the fireplace, chimneys on the roofs, and the clothing. There's lots of things, isn't there, mate? And I think it's really good to point out that, you know, this is a projection of future plans, but to have a projection of something, you need to still know that that thing exists that you're drawing. You can't just create a plan and then create these new things that don't exist. Like, you're not creating like ball caps, like, you know, in the early 1800s. Like, they already exist for you to be able to draw them. So I think it's a really good concept to look at. That one might take a little bit longer to put together because I think there's so much to reference back on, and there's a lot of like actual history to like look at as well in those. But I'm gonna say that I still believe that it's set in the past, even though a lot of these things exist and really do cause a conflict. But I think it makes a really good discussion and does open the door for different possibilities, I think, as well, with where the games could maybe go. Me, Cyndaquil, always like the fire types. Tiago, yeah, Cyndaquil's a great shiny in this one as well, so it would be a nice one to have. Like I say, with the Cyndaquil, it makes the run a lot easier. Not doing good. Just received word that my grandpa has passed away at 11:15 last night late. Oh, Tyler, mate, I am so sorry to hear that, mate. Thoughts are with you and your family, and I hope you're holding up all right, mate. And if you need anything, as always, do reach out. But we're all here to support you through it, mate. And just such sad news. I really do hope that you're holding up okay, mate. The next couple of days probably going to be, well, you know, not just the next couple of days, but it will get easier as time goes on. I always try and, you know, when my grandparents passed, it's a really tough thing to take, and I think it's always good to try and reflect on the good times you had with them, as upsetting as it might be at the time. But thoughts are with you, mate, and just take care of yourself and just spend time with your loved ones, your family, friends, and things like that, mate. And yeah, like I say, if there's anything that we can do here to cheer you up or just take your mind off stuff, just let us know, mate. Take care of yourself though, buddy. GWH, is there a particular strategy for this Nuzlocke when the gameplay actually starts? I'm worried about you having to do this again. Obviously took 4 runs in the last Nuzlocke. No, you make a good point. But I think what I've been doing off camera is a lot of research into these games to look for the spots where I want to hunt for things, and also the gym leaders, the strategies, what they're kind of tending to do. So I'm hoping the 1 run is all we need. I have done my homework on this, and I keep doing my homework on it. So going into the playthrough shouldn't be a problem. And I'm not going to be taking any crazy risks that I don't need to in this one. I think we'll take it nice and easy. And Riley also came up with a fun way for us to give our Pokemon an extra life, which isn't normally along the lines of a Nuzlocke, but I think the idea is, what I thought was really fun, Riley mentioned it, was to have a forfeit. If one of our Pokemon faints, we have a forfeit. And I'm going to have a wheel that we spin, a virtual wheel. And I'll get you guys to help me fill the wheel in, of course, where we can have a forfeit. And they're going to be pretty bad forfeits because, you know, part of the hardcore Nuzlocke is any Nuzlocke, when something is fainted, then it doesn't come back. Just looked at my hair. What is going on with this bit of hair here? That's a little bit better. I mean, my hair's terrible at the minute. It'll take a lot more than that to upset me. Ken. Okay, mate. And when my grandparents passed away, I had to ensure I was there for my mother and pop, because I knew they were taking the hardest, but had to be the strongest. For your loved ones while you can, folks. Definitely good advice from Riley. Yeah, it's such a sad time. It's a sad time. Ken, I said do the shiny run once. If we fail, we just do the run regular. It's true. We could do it that way as well. I kind of like the forfeit idea as well, because we could throw some real fun things in there. Not like crazy stuff, but I think, like, you know, I think one of the things that Riley said was like, release, to bring 1 Pokemon back in this game, you can release like 5 shinies that I've got in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So that's like another option that we could do, but we could throw like a bunch of things in there. How's the Deoxys going? Swamp Thing, it is going, mate. We've got through a bunch of resets on it, so we're not at odds yet, but we're getting through them. I'm hoping we can get that shiny, but we're not going to be moving away from that and the Arceus because we're doing those like alongside each other because they're easy to do side by side. So we're going to stick with those ones until we move on to anything else and try and just make our way through those. But a nice little break from them brings us into the Soul Silver HeartGold shiny only Nuzlocke, which we're still plugging away at, but you know, today might be the day. I've got to come into a stream. I think if we get through today's stream and we don't get a shiny, I've just got to come into the stream and be pessimistic about it and be the opposite as what I am, and then that might mean we get the shiny. We should look for the Miltank. I don't think that, yeah, the Miltank I think will be all right, you know. It's always one that haunts me from my childhood playing through these games. Whitney and a Miltank with that rollout. Horrible. But Bomberclat, thank you. Ashley, what do you think Reg G will be? Will you be competing in any events for your invite? Just in the UK. One of the longest competing players in VGC up with Cybertron. Have you ever battled? I've never battled Aaron in an official event, no. I've played in many tournaments where we've both been there. It's a bit like Wolf and Ray, where, you know, I've been in tournaments with them, but I've never actually been paired up with them in a tournament. So yeah, it feels like that's a slim chance now. Maybe more with Wolf, because Wolf's way more active than Aaron. And well, I mean, Aaron is pushing for his invite this year. It's just majority in the US, which is tournaments that I'm not really able to get to so freely. So maybe that would be a lot of fun, though. It'd be a lot of fun to play any of them. But Regulation G, I think, will be 1 restricted, maybe 2 restricted. I don't think they're going to jump straight into GS Cup. I feel like they'll stagger it and go 1 restricted for Regulation G, and then Regulation H, which will be for the World Championships, I think will be full GS Cup with 2 restricteds that you'll be allowed to use per team. So that's what I see happening at the moment. I will be in Stockholm, and I will be in, where's the last one? Bologna. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. He's got to do the mochi mochi dance to keep a vintage shiny for the wheel. I think we'd just leave it in the box. I think I'd sacrifice it. I'd be like, nah. We'll be like, nah, we'll not bring that one back this time. We'll take the L for that one. Save you guys seeing the mochi dance. Another forfeit could be that you have to win a game of VGC on the ladder with Pokemon that fainted. So if you lose a Totodile, it'll be a grind, lol. That would be a grind. That's a cool one, though. That would be a kind of fun one to do. Keep this run going. I want to see Lee do a mochi dance. Not happening, mate. We could put it on the wheel, though. I like it. Rollout was devastating. Zachary, I know. I don't know how many times it took me to beat Whitney the first time. It's like the hardest. I feel like in my head, it's the hardest gym battle ever out of everything. But I think going back to it, it's not as bad as I remember it. But I think Whitney was nerfed in these games. Potentially may have been. Well, I'm not sure. I've looked at her in these games, but I've never looked at her compared to the older games. And I can't really remember too much from those older games, other than it was just horrible. The attract's the worst thing out of it. Maybe after the Nuzlocke, Lee should upload a video with all of the forfeits. That would be kind of fun, right? I like that you think there's going to be a lot of forfeits in this. I like, there's no confidence there that we'll get through this in just one clean sweep. I appreciate that from our run in Leaf Green. What did we lose in the end? Like 3 Pokemon in the end in that run, which wasn't too bad. Actually, what is GS Cup? So GS Cup is basically where you get like access They normally do it at the end of every kind of competitive cycle on any generation. So it'll be the last format that you would see played out in competitive, where you get a choice of any of the legendary Pokemon. So not like your Landorus, but the box art legendaries. So Koraidon, Miraidon, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Lugia-Ho, or the big legendaries. You can pick 2 of those per team. So that's all you're allowed on your team to use. You can bring both of them to the same battle if you would like, but you can't have more than 2 on one team. Then you have to build up your team of just kind of the regular Pokemon that are allowed in the format previous to that. So you'd be able to have like Kyogre, Groudon. You'd still be able to have Landorus, Zapdos, because they're kind of not classed as the restricted Pokemon, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's basically, I hope that makes sense, JS Cup rules. Chat, do the mochi dance. Get on Zoom. Get all of you in a Zoom call. You have to do it. We broadcast that out. Do the mochi dance for the shiny luck. There's no chance of me doing the mochi dance. No chance. Not today. Nick, how are we doing? I hope you're well. It is not the only rollout. It is also the Metronome Clefairy. That's also true. Yeah, the Metronome Clefairy. You can deal that pretty quickly. That's not too bad. But yeah, it's like something not to underestimate. Broly always give me troubles in Gen 3. In my dream team quest in Ruby, it was without question the hardest I've ever had to work for a gym. I'm keen to show you all once I upload the vid on Monday. I'm looking forward to that, mate. Yeah, Broly's a surprisingly like strong trainer. I remember when I was doing a Radical Red run, and Broly was one of the ones that I kept tripping up on every time. Moment of silence for Arb, the hero of the last run. The hero of the last run, indeed. And we'll never forget Debbie. Even though Debbie didn't feature in the winning team, Debbie was a prominent figure within that series. Debbie, the Knitter Queen. What did we end up calling the Knitter King? Dave. It wasn't Dave, was it? I can't remember what we called it off the top of my head. But Knitter King did the work in the end. Sounds like you want to do the mochi dance. Nah, we're good, mate. You guys don't need to see it. What we need is a shiny dance. Nah, Danny, don't apologize. It's fun. It's fun. What starters do you think we'll get in ZA? Well, I would say Swamp Thing, but it might detract some of you from watching a video I've got going up later. I feel bad like saying you might watch the video anyway. You might not. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about it because you guys are here anyway, and I don't want to do that. So my starter selection for the ZA games is going to be Scorbunny. This is who I genuinely see from scratching out the other options. So Scorbunny, Turtwig, and Totodile. They were my 3. They were my final 3. Scorbunny, Turtwig, and Totodile. I think they look like they could go together as well. So maybe we see them. What about you, Swamp Thing? But check out the video later. Some of the reasoning behind why I've scratched them off, I think, could be quite valid, but maybe not as well. Maybe it's just all pie in the sky. Devin the Knitter King. Ken, you know. Devin and Debbie. Need to get like a merch run done with Devin and Debbie. The Michigan dance. Doing a dream team quest for my old Oris team, but except Torchig because I'm lazy. I hope the run's going good, Charlie. Dream team quest. Maybe that's what we do when we go to X and Y. That would be kind of fun thing to do in X and Y. I think they already showed us the trio and the starter trailer for the second DLC. I do talk about that. I think it's too obvious. I honestly do. I think it's like, and the thing is, Pokemon, like I talk about this in the video, like Pokemon never do the obvious thing. Like, I mean, Pokemon ZA is a great example of that, right? No one was expecting a Legends Z game or a Z game at all, and that's what we got. I think they take the unobvious thing and they throw it right at us. And the obvious stuff, I honestly think they've put those in as red herrings, and they could also be explained by the sequence of 7-star raid events that we're seeing as well, because all of those starters are kind of gone in a sequence. So it was Cyndaquil, it was then Oshawott, and then it was the Decidueye, right? So they were the Hisuian starters in a row. And then if you take out the starter trio that we're getting at the minute with the Venusaur, the Blastoise, the Charizard, which are primarily a special Terra Raid trio for the Pokemon Day, Pokemon Presents. So I'm not really counting those in this sequence of 7-star raids. And then the ones in between then and now have been the Blaziken, the Empoleon, and if the next one is superior, then it fits with that showcase trailer with how they've been revealed. The only thing that I would say could point at that being kind of true is those 3 and 3 that are paired together are directly in between Froakie and then the next set. So it's like, I don't know, there's a big nod to Kalos there with the Froakie just by itself in between everything as it's shown. Like, I just feel like though it's such an easy link to be like, yeah, and it could well be the case that they are the starters, but I don't know if Pokemon are so obvious with those. And the fact that Superior and Empoleon have such heavy links to Paris and France already, again, it just makes me feel like it's too easy to like join the dots for everyone to be like, yeah, it's that. And it, like, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I just feel like in my head, it makes too much sense to the point where it's like, it can't be anything else in your mind when you start putting these connections together with everything that we've got up to this point. And I just think, nah, they're taking us down the wrong path. So I think looking elsewhere might be the answer. Nidoking Mega Evo, please. Rocket Blastoise. I would love to see Nidoking and Nidoqueen get a Mega Evolution. I feel like they deserve it as well. You know, they didn't feature in Scarlet and Violet. They're really cool Pokemon from Gen 1. We know Game Freak love Gen 1 Pokemon, so why not? I think that'd be so cool to see them both get a Mega. I think the Superior and Empoleon have French origins in their designs, so I could see them being the French region. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Sir Cause. But I think because of that and the obviousness of those links are a reason why I'm like, nah, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Like, when have Pokemon ever done anything where it's been so obvious, you know, and the lead up to games where you speculate? Like, I feel like there's so many times that you could say this connects to that and this makes so much sense for this region because of these, this and this, and then we get to it and it's just completely different from what we expected it to be. So yeah, just on those reasons. And I honestly think as well that we could just see the Kalos starters as well if we aren't too far in the distant past, like we kind of like a lot of people expect it to be in like the late 1800s, which isn't too far away from when X and Y were actually set. It's not too far-fetched, I don't think, to say that the X and Y starters aren't just the starters that we get in this game. Like, they don't need to necessarily follow suit with the Pokemon Legends Arceus game and mix up the starter trio. There's a lot of reasons why they would, I think, to kind of give a new lease of life to some of the starters that they might want to go a different direction with different forms or Mega Evolution. But, you know, those original Kalos starters never got Mega Evolution, so I could see them just being the Pokemon that we see in these games as our starter set, and they actually end up getting Mega Evolutions in these games as a kind of consequence of that. But there's a whole side story to go down there with maybe the Battle Bond Greninja and maybe getting Battle Bond Chestnut and Battle Bond Delphox as well as some other Pokemon. So there's that whole saga you could kind of go down as well with those Pokemon. But I love it. You know, the possibilities at the moment are great because we'd have very little information to go on. Are you still a believer for a remake this year? Yes, I am. Post 100%. Like, I feel so confident that that's going to happen, and I'm so happy to sit here and be like, okay, I was completely off the mark. I just think there's like I've said before, there's been too much talk from a lot of places about a remake, and I just feel like that information has had to come from somewhere, so there has to be a bit of true respect that they just want to wave a flag and say, look over here, and then bang, hit us with 3 different ones. I feel like that's exactly what they're gonna do. But yeah, they flashed that Froakie. I was like, yeah, the Froakie there just is another point to it, and you're like, it just makes so much sense, you know? I don't know. It's hard to not look at that and say that's probably what they're going to be. Youngley, thank you so much for the good luck. I'm doing great, my friend, and I hope you are having a fantastic start to your day as well. Great to see you, and I hope we can see something shine very soon on this run. Right, let's see. Can we get anything? Nope, 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 nope. Post starters from another region made sense in Hisu because the people in that region were scared of Pokemon. This Galar seems to have a better relationship with Pokemon. Yeah, it does depend on where it's set as well. And I think because Hisui hadn't been kind of formally crowned as Sinnoh yet, it makes sense to have a different starter set because it is a different region, really. You know, it's the same region, but it's different as we know it because it's so far in the past. So having a different starter set back then makes sense to what we get in the more modern games. Whereas I think Kalos, if it's not too far in the past, you think, well, is it to the point where those Kalos starters have already been kind of picked for that region already, and they are just the generic ones that carry on up until X and Y when we play the games? Today is the day. I can feel it. You'll definitely get this before 2000 resets. Ayo geeks, I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. Thank you so much for the good luck. I hope we do get it before 2000. Be nice if we can see it before then. What's it, Jason? How are you doing? Good morning, afternoon to you as well. When do you think we'll get an update about ZA? I predict around September. Well, I know that like last year we got that late. It was like late July, August Pokemon Presents, but I don't know if we'll have to wait that long until we see an update about it. It might be then. You're probably like not too far off the mark, knowing that, you know, we've got a little bit of a wait, because I think that was Scarlet and Violet got released. It was about that length of time before we got any update for it coming out, you know, from when it first announced. So potentially around then, yeah, I would say, like, if my best guess would be like end of July, August time. But I think if we are going to get an announcement, like if they have got something like the Black and White remakes planned for November, I think like May time might be a more likely time frame, so it gives them a good lead time to run into the release of these games for the Switch to kind of hype them up as well. But I guess that's all dependent on whether or not you believe we're going to get a remake for Black and White or not. I just feel like we are. They just haven't announced it yet, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Dominic, there is a theory that both Legends games are in a similar time period as the historical events they're referencing happen around the same time as well. Also, hello, how are you doing, Dominic? I hope you're well. I would love to see like ZA be kind of like almost a lead on, or very close in time frame lead on from Legends Arceus. It would be really cool to kind of see that. I still wonder whether we're going to have like 2 time periods that we're kind of moving between in the game, where we're kind of like at the kind of starting point of this redevelopment, where Lumios is kind of already established as a city, and then we go back in time more closer to when Legends Arceus was set, to a time when Kalos is maybe not as established as we kind of know it to be at this point in time, because the redevelopment kind of insinuates that the city's already, you know, built up and established, whereas I guess if you go further back in time, it might not be at that point, you know. So there's still that question I have hanging over it. What part in time are we going to be situated in, and is it going to be locked, or are we going to be able to like move around in time? I hope the trailer that we get, I think the next one that we get might give us a little bit more insight into it, but probably not a lot of info, but we'll have to wait and see. It's, yeah, it's weird. Like at the moment, I feel like I'm answering everything with, I will have to just wait and see till we get that next trailer for more information. But that's a really good point. Cermic Alpha, how are we doing today? I hope you're having a great start to your day. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining us this morning. Doing fine, finished work. So now I'm reading up on a thing that basically got released last night. On a thing that was released last night. Anything interesting, mate? Could they make it more futuristic? You know, it's like it could be X and Y set after we know. You know, it could be a rebuild. It could be a whole different story. Again, that could be like a huge curveball. Everyone's expecting us to be in the past, but there's nothing to say that it couldn't be set in the future. Like post X and Y, it could be a lead on from those games. There's nothing kind of stopping it being that, and it could be a result of maybe a catastrophe that happened in Kalos after we knew those games happened in X and Y, and then there's a redevelopment of the city after that point. I don't know. I don't think you can rule it out completely. I think you've really got to keep your mind open with it, because like I say, anything could happen. It just feels like I think it's easy to make the assumption that because, you know, Legends Arceus was, and the title Legend kind of insinuates that it's always going to be like set in the past, that it would be set in the past, but it doesn't necessarily need to be, you know. And being an ambitious title as well, their words that they put on the overlay kind of could throw up any possibility going forward. Just putting it out there, I think it'll be around 2,400 resets for we see the shiny. James, thank you, mate. That's not too far off. We should hit that easy today. I think we will all we'll be all over the place in time. And also I was thinking we could get 2 sets of starters anyway. That would make sense, and like it falls in line with X and Y as well, getting the Kanto starters along with the Kalos starters. Like in my mind, I would see us get a new starter set completely, and then we would get the Kalos starters as our second starter set. And that'd be kind of fun to have it like that. Like if we start in the past and get this new set of starters that we've not seen before, and then if we are jumping around in time, we move forward in time to a point where the Kalos starters are the starters like you see in the future, and then you get to choose one of those as well, and that's how we get the mega evolutions of those. So it's a bit like how we got the Kanto starters in X and Y, but the Kalos starters are kind of taking their place this time around, and not the original ones that we get in ZA. AO Geeks, maybe someday we'll get Kanto Legends based around Mew Mewtwo. What if Pokemon Mansion was the main HQ? Mr. Fuji gives us our starters. That'd be kind of wild. I'd love to get a Kanto Legends game. I don't know how they would tie it into, like, it would have to be all around Mew. But I guess if it was set in the past, it couldn't have any reference to Mewtwo though, could it? Just because Mewtwo is more of a modern day man-made created Pokemon, so it'd just be Mew. But I guess, yeah, there's so many possibilities they could throw at us with it. But a Kanto one would be a lot of fun. I think tying Kanto in with the Johto Legends game could be a way they could do it as well. Something I'm afraid they are going to throw at us another curveball, and the game will end up being Legends Zarude. Do you think? That would be hilarious if it was. It's like, it's nothing to do with Zygarde. Where did you guys get this Zygarde connection from? No. That'd be funny. Imagine. Daggerheart, a new TTRPG system. Oh, nice, Dominic. I hope you're enjoying reading all about it, mate. And have fun with it when it does come around. Charlie, one of my one bit of confidence about ZA is that the Patrat and Element Monkey lines will return, because they were in X and Y region decks. They're basically the only Pokemon not on the Switch. That's true. Didn't X and Y region have one of the biggest dexes as well? What's the story, Morning Glory? How are you doing, Sergio? I hope you're well today, my friend. Great to see you as always. Still on the grind for this shiny. Confident as always. not dwindling at all, mate. But I hope you're having a good start to your day, mate. And thanks for hopping in and joining this morning or this afternoon. Maybe Legends Z could also invite some time travel, given how it is set only in Lumios. Maybe some parts will be present, some past and some in the future. I think it would make sense as well to expand the play area as well, be going between the past and present, because it just allows different kind of settings in the same place. If it is just all in Lumios, you know, we have like the past where it's maybe a bit more rural, and then in the future it's a bit more urban built up, so we'd get, I guess, different Pokemon encounters as well in those different places. So it would give so many different possibilities, even though it's locked into one specific city. Target 2024 matches the year. Olio, I hope any of those numbers right now feel like, yeah, would be good. Would be good just to lock it in, get this shiny. Can it be in 2025 already? I know, mate. These games are too far away for us. I didn't like the ZA name at first, but the mystery of what it could mean has generated so much hype. I know, right? I still think that the A stands for Alpha. That's the other video that we've got coming, but that one's taking a little bit more time to put together. There's a lot more to dive into with that than there is to with just the starter Pokemon, but I do think it is. I really do think it's Alpha. I think there's a lot that could be kind of looked into with that. I think it was Kelios on X who put the post out, who identified the tags in the French YouTube post where it was Legend Z Alpha. I think there's some link there with it, and maybe some link with the ultimate weapon. My theory is there's some link with the ultimate weapon and the power that it puts out. You know, the whole theory is it's energy infused evolution stones to create mega stones, which, you know, might not be so true, but it's how the story goes. But it also, I think, can't be denied the fact that because AZ was like subjected to the energy as well when it first fired to bring the Floette back, that he was granted eternal life, but he also grew in size and stature as well. And I think one of the things that you could kind of add to that as well, of how this energy could be used to almost manipulate Pokemon to become an alpha Pokemon, because of the way that it has these properties to grow things, like AZ is a prime example of that. And the other thing that AZ does after he's exposed to this is instantly go and use the machine and turn it into a weapon, what's now known as the ultimate weapon, and fire it on both sides of the wall. And it could be down to grief, but it's a pretty aggressive move. And the one thing that alpha Pokemon are always kind of known for is their stature, their size, and their aggression and their dominance, right? Which is like the exact traits that AZ showed exactly after he was subjected to the machine after he brought the Floette back. So I think there's like a little bit of a tie in there, maybe, that you could link to the ultimate weapon, the energy that's used, whether we're coining it infinity energy or mega energy, whatever we're calling it, but that could be used by man, you know, to manipulate Pokemon in a certain way to make them almost turn into a synthetic alpha Pokemon, because it's a natural occurrence, right? We saw that in Hisui, but it could be used in a way to make Pokemon of your choosing, when subjected to that energy, into an alpha Pokemon of some sorts. And the other thought is as well is, was there a Zygarde core around the ultimate weapon when it was first fired off, and was that core subjected to this energy? And then as a consequence of that, was that Zygarde core then turned into an alpha Zygarde core? And that one is kind of a bit more of a, I guess, not part of the gang, because it's not like the other ones, right? It likes to go out on its own. And maybe that's what this organization are looking for, this alpha Zygarde core to use and manipulate. And then your whole mission at the end of the games is to collect the Zygarde cells to get yourself a complete Zygarde, and then I don't know, go up against this Alpha Zygote to try and overthrow it. I don't know. There's some thoughts there with it, but I just, yeah, it's hard to put it all together, but that was a thought I had with the whole thing. Jordan, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are well and having a great day. I'm back and I just soloed the Charizard with Armarouge. Very nice, mate. Congrats. Armarouge doing it in style this week then with that Pokemon. Hope it was nice and easy, mate. Didn't like they could maybe expand on Sevi Island, Seafoam Island, or Cerulean Cave. That's true. If they did a Kanto Legends game, it'd be kind of cool bringing the Sevi Islands in, wouldn't it? Seafoam Island it feels like a place that could have been a lot of happening. Definitely Cerulean Cave as well, where Mewtwo resides. So there's plenty of stuff I think they could talk about within Kanto. I think you'll get it before 2000, I believe. Petro, thank you so much, mate. I hope we do. Imagine if ZA means we get all the Pokemon in one game, from Z to A switch game to with no Dexit. Could you imagine? It'd be kind of wild to think that we get everything in one game. Please a lot of people as well. And Bug, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're well, my friend. Great to see you as always. I think there will be an alternative timeline where the protagonist in X and Y didn't stop the events in Kalos is being rebuilt. That's an absolutely wild theory and I love it. I love that. That would be so good to see. Two different timelines. Almost links in with like a paradox timeline, right? You know, so there's that tie there to Scarlet and Violet paradox and stuff like that. Could introduce paradox Pokemon as well. I like it a lot. I think that's a really cool thought process. I'd be happy if that was how it played. I would love to see that in those games. Brian, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well and having a great start to your day. Thank you for all the videos on the 7-star raids. It's really helpful. Brian, thank you so much for the kind words in the comments. I'm just happy to hear that the builds have been helpful. And I hope they continue to be with whatever 7-star raids or down the road that we get. Ninja Buggy, good morning to you. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining the stream today. Come on, Shinies, Shinies, where are you? An Alpha Mega Zygarde, rip the Pokeverse. Could happen. I mean, it might be a bit far-fetched. Did you see the EUIC exclusive TCG merch yet? I haven't seen it, no. Has that been posted this morning? I'm very excited to have a look at it. It would make sense if we had to find all of the cells to battle Zygote, kind of like we had to complete the decks before we could battle Arceus and PLA. Yeah, that would, like, to battle the Alpha Arceus, and maybe the Alpha Arceus is only in its 50% form when we first start the battle, but to start the battle for us on our side, we need to get the 100% Zygote form to be able to go in to be strong enough to beat this Alpha. And then you could have an almost situation like we had with Volo, where the Giratina transforms halfway through the battle, and then the same happens with the Zygarde. I like the idea. Professor Oak, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Do you think the Ghost Girl from X and Y will make an appearance in ZA? 100% Exia, the chosen one. I think whoever the character is that we are in these new games will be the chosen one, and that story will play out. So I hope it is, because it will be a nice payoff to those of us that had so many questions about that from the first games and it never got answered. You just need Draining Kiss and Calm Mind, to be honest. Pretty much with the Charizard. Did not mean all the caps, but I'm very excited today. Great news from work, and the boys stomped Napoli last night. Told you, mate. No doubt that was going to happen. And I'm pleased you had some good news from work this morning, mate. Great to hear, and I hope bring that little bit of luck into us today for these shinies. We need to see something shine today. Managed to show a solo Charizard with the Alolan Raichu with Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, Fake Tears, and Light Screen. I absolutely love that, Sir Cross. Look at that, a Alolan Raichu. That is brilliant. That's one of the best solo built. Like, I love that so much, because you automatically think Alolan Raichu is going to be a bit too frail to take those big Chari attacks, but that is awesome. I'm going to try that out over the weekend. Thanks so much for sharing. Can't believe you still haven't seen the shiny. How are you not finding this mind numbing yet? I think you guys keep me going with it. The chat is always what carries these times. And the hope that we are getting closer and closer as well. We need more likes, chat. Come on. Thank you, Prof. And thank you, James, as well. Like goal, as always, today's 100. We're pretty much nearly there now. Doing good. Thank you so much to everyone that has dropped a like on the stream today. Every like that you drop gets us closer to that shiny. I heard anyway. Could you give me a good tip what to buy in Tokyo's Pokemon Megastore? Is that actually something of good value? In the Pokemon store, just in general, there's so much stuff. What are the kind of things that you're looking for, Sam? I think definitely have a converter at hand, like on your phone, so you can quickly work out what it is in, you know, in your home currency, so you know you're not getting ripped off for it, because some stuff's like really overpriced, but most things aren't too bad. Jordan, Charizard fell to my little gremlin. I love that you used the Armor Rouge though. That's a nice one to use against it. I know some people have been using Flashfire Arcanine as well with good success. Need to grind some of these raids. I just unlocked all of the starters in the Blueberry Academy. Nice, Bug. Which one are you planning to shiny hunt first? If you're planning to shiny hunt any of them, I'm just presuming. Sergio, I missed the Charizard raid first time around, and my friends would make fun of me because I missed it. And now that dragon is going down today. What build are you using, Sergio? I'm glad it's come back around for those that did miss it the first time. And Professor Oak was at the stadium last night. What? Gonna be eating a lot of Pop-Tarts for the rest of the month, but worth every euro, to be honest. It was electric last night. That's crazy, mate. That's awesome that you were at the game. Oh, I would love to go. I'd love to go and see Barca there. It's definitely on the bucket list. Going to cheer so loud when it appears. Guy Rivers, me and you both. Can I get another style point for soloing Charizard again, this time with Sableye? Definitely. I think you're racking up those style points every build that you use in Jordan. I love it. The Sableye as well. I love TCG or whatever they have there. My best friend is in Tokyo and will buy me something there. Oh, nice. TCG stuff to buy. TCG is pretty hard to come across over in Japan at the moment compared to how it used to be. Let me think on about anything that might be worth picking up over there, mate. Stefan, how are you doing? Why are you hunting for the shinies on these games versus Scarlet and Violet? I'm curious. Hope you're having a great day so far. I hope your day is going good so far. So basically in these games, it's easy to get them in Scarlet and Violet, but we are doing a shiny only Nuzlocke run in these games. So basically, it would be, we can't trade back from Scarlet and Violet to these games to start with, which if we could, that would have been such an easy thing for us to do to get around this. But yeah, so it's a bit of a challenge on top of just doing a regular Nuzlocke. I think it's kind of like a fun one, as much as it is taking a long time at the moment. As soon as we do get it, it will be awesome. Josh, thank you so much for becoming our latest member on the channel. I really appreciate it, Josh, and I hope you enjoy the stream with us if you are joining us this morning. Matt, good to admire the effort and determination resetting this many times. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great start to your day as well, mate. There is points, of course, that we're going through so many resets that I do just think, this shiny doesn't exist. Fluttermane or Sylveon, Sergio. If you've got the Fluttermane, I would just jump in with that one, I think. Riley, I have been disassembling desks all morning at our old office. Get ready to ship them over to our new office. And the truck trailer just arrived and they realized they don't have the key to the lock. All that work, mate. All that work. You get a free day off for that, I feel. VXR Million, how are we doing this morning? I hope you're well. Finally got it. 12k resets and the first type null is acquired. Nice, mate. That is amazing. 12,000 resets. Honestly, congrats. So well done for keeping at that. That is a crazy amount of resets, but awesome to hear you've got the first one, mate. I hope the second one is a lot quicker. I feel like you deserve it to be, to even out the odds and things. Finished whatever they had for the episode of Horizons, and now I don't know what to do with my life. There was only 12 on Netflix. Oh, mate. Is it weekly they're releasing them now going forward? Chaos, how are you doing? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. We're going to get the shiny by 2,000 Kaylee, I believe. It's got to happen today. It's got to happen, Raiden. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Good morning to you. How long do you actually think this will take? Such props to you, but this is insanity. It is insanity. I do question my decisions sometimes with this, but I think this will take a while. I think to the whole run overall, I think this will be a very long run. It'll be the longest run that we've ever done on the channel, but at the same time, it's kind of nice because getting to the end of it and finishing it will be like a huge thing. So it'll be really nice, and especially sharing the journey with you guys along the way, just having that flex at the end. Hopefully if we beat the champion, and then having that Hall of Flame picture with like 6 shinies in there would be super nice, that we've all full odds hunted in the game as well. You're gonna do one mon the whole run? No, we're gonna get a team of 6. The Gyarados is kind of free, so it would only be 5 other shiny hunts. Hopefully if nothing gets knocked out, then it would be more, which would make it a bit longer. But you know, the Gyarados is free. We add that to the team for sure. It's also really good against the Elite Four as well, the Gyarados, in particular Lance. Not gonna hunt the second one for now. I can't hear the Aether Paradise music anymore. Yeah, I know what you mean. That music, I do like the Aether music, most of it, in especially Ultra Sun and Moon stuff as well. It's good, but it would grind after a little while, especially the same thing. 12k resets of that same music, too much. Bryce, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Happy Wednesday to you. Almost done with the week. How is your day? Day's gone good, mate. Really good so far. So great to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day as well, my friend, and hopefully it gets a little bit better soon with a shiny popping up on our system, but not just yet. Getting close to 2,000 resets though. Just grab the hammer and I'm smashing the lock off now. Serious? Are you actually just breaking it? Out of rage, Alpha Riley appears. Copterloop, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're well. Great to see you. I want Galarian Farfetch'd and Galarian Yamask to come back to the mainline game soon. Galarian Farfetch'd would be great to have. The Surfetch'd, we need to see that brought back. It'd be nice to see it in the ZA games. There are 20 episodes of Horizons on BBC iPlayer. If you can get that wherever you are, Josh. Yeah, that's a good point. If you've got a VPN. O'Brien, thank you so much for the subscribe. And if you're joining us this morning on the stream, I hope you enjoy it. Or this afternoon, I should say. I keep saying this morning. We're a little later starting today than we normally are. I don't know, but I hope Netflix usually just drops a bunch at a time. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to wait a while, unless you know some sneaky websites. Well, there's BBC iPlayer, like Josh mentioned. If you've got a VPN, you could probably just get in there, and you should try. If you've got a VPN, set it to the UK and try and get yourself on the BBC iPlayer. Just type in BBC iPlayer in Google and you'll be able to get to it, and then all the episodes are on there, and loads of other UK known shows as well. Get yourself hooked on EastEnders, mate. You'll never have nothing to watch. There's an episode of that every day. The lives of people in where's EastEnders set? what I can't remember what it's called. Albert Square, isn't it? I can't remember which part of London, but yeah, it's one of the classic UK soaps. Don't blame me if you actually do it. It wasn't my fault. I have heard they're pretty addictive. I don't watch them, but you know, throwing it out there. But you get all the David Attenborough stuff on there as well, you know, like the Planet Earth, things like that. All good to put on if you're stuck for stuff to watch. I will say though, Muffin, if you haven't watched it already, Avatar, the live action series that they've just put up recently on Netflix, if you've got access to that and you haven't watched that yet, that is a very good watch. So definitely worth spending a bit of time watching that if you can. So Joe, have you seen that meme of Toothless of How to Train Your Dragon dancing to Driftvale City? Daughters can't get enough of that. I haven't seen it, mate. Playing and playing just to dance to it. I need to check it out. I can imagine, mate, after a while it's just like that is just embedded in your brain forever. Picking out important information. That's what always happens with me. I'm like, I'm forgetting important things now, and this thing now is just in my brain for the next 5 to 10 years. Kyle ran into a full odd shiny Swablu, so sending you that shiny luck. Thank you so much, Kyle, and congrats on getting the full odd shiny Swablu. What a great shiny as well to get. Only thing is, should I evolve it or keep it tiny fluffy bird? I would say evolve it. I would say evolve it. Like, just I love Terrier. It's such a cool Pokemon, and it's pretty strong in its own right. Riley used Lock Smash. The new HM. Super effective. Time to load up. Lol. I'm in podcast mode now, so good luck on the shinies. Thank you so much, mate. Good luck with the loading. I hope it's not too strenuous, mate, and doesn't take too long. But I will let you know if we get the shiny. We will scream. One of these days I'm gonna wake up and get on the stream and you'll be battling Falconer with a shiny starter, but not today, I guess. Not today, mate. Tail Duck, I'm sorry to disappoint. One of these streams you will. You will just come in and we'll be into the game and you'll be like, no way, we're starting. It feels like so long since we started this to this point now. Thoughts of FC Barcelona in quarterfinals? I'm an honest Barca fan, so although I think we can beat anyone, I know for a fact we can get battered by all of those teams qualified so far. Gotta believe Barca are strong. I think on their day they can beat any of those teams as well, you know? So, I don't know. I think the one that I would probably want to evolve, Real Madrid and Man City are the ones that you want to avoid, I think. But then again as well, you know, it's a cup competition. Like, to win a cup, you gotta beat the best. And sometimes it's better playing those bigger teams in the earlier stages. They might be having like a bit of an off time where they've got their own respective leagues and other cups going on at the same time to kind of, you know, make the load a little bit more difficult, where they haven't got just a final and that's all you've got to concentrate on, which can make it a little bit harder. So maybe knocking the bigger boys out earlier on is not a bad thing to do. Like Newcastle, we are playing terrible at the minute, and we've got Man City in the FA Cup quarterfinal this weekend. And yeah, I'm not like, I don't know, you can't be confident going down to the Etihad in the FA Cup against City. It's just, but there's a little bit of me that's like, nah, we can win this. If we turn up, City might have a bad day, or we might have an absolutely phenomenal day. So I don't know. I still believe Barca can do it. It'd be nice to see them win this year as well. Did you really enjoy Avatar live action? I felt like they were so untrue to the original. I couldn't watch it. Oh, I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy it for its own thing. I did, yeah. I know there's bits that they kind of skipped over and bits that they added from the originals, but I think overall as the story of the Avatar, I have been enjoying it, yeah. I'm looking forward because I think season 2 and 3 just got confirmed. Was it late last week? They confirmed that they're doing 2 and 3 as well, so that's kind of nice. Interesting thing about it is as well, which I was like so surprised by, but if you take One Piece, which was such a big hit, and again, I love the One Piece live action show as well on Netflix. But you take One Piece and Avatar at the same point in time, like the Avatar's way higher views than the One Piece, which I was like, no way. But yeah, it's got like doing way better than One Piece did, which is crazy. Kelly is a good Netflix Death Note live action was horrible. Yeah, I agree. The Death Note, I really dislike the Death Note that they did on Netflix. It was not for me at all. I really wish I hadn't seen it because it had so much potential, and it was just, yeah, I didn't like that at all. But no, the Avatar, I guess it depends how big an Avatar fan you are. If you're really like into Avatar and it's your thing, it might be a bit of a harder watch. Because I do like Avatar, but I'm not like, it's one of my favorites. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love it, but it's like, you know, I think when you're like huge fan of something like that, you're like really kind of precious about it, so you can be like a bit more critical of it, where I was just kind of watching it for the story and how they'd done it. But I thought it was really good. I mean, give it a go. Watch the UK version of The Traitors. It's amazing. Ayo Geeks, The Traitors. Oh my gosh, you've watched the UK version of it. So good, so good. It's one of my favorite TV shows, The Traitors. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I haven't watched the Australian one because I think we got advertised with the Australian one. I haven't watched that yet, but I yeah, definitely enjoyed season 2 of The Traitors in the UK. That's something else that you'll be able to get on BBC iPlayer. Okay, word. Gonna get me hooked on BBC, and I'm gonna end up moving across the pond. I'm okay. I was looking for Avatar last night, considering watching, but I'll definitely watch now. It's definitely worth a watch, I think. Sorry if you don't find it good, but I thought it was really enjoyable. It's a bit like the Rings of Power on Amazon. I think when you look at that, like a lot of people critiqued that and said it wasn't good because it wasn't true to the lore of the original books or what Tolkien kind of had intended for the story and stuff like that. But I on face value, like really enjoyed the Rings of Power, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of seasons to see how it plays out. But I totally get that perspective where people are like a bit more critical of it because it's not staying true to how it should be, you know, the story. Shiny in 3, 2, 1.5, and boom, shiny. Hopefully it's this one. Hopefully it's this one, mate. NX, thanks again for your terror raid builds. Osirus, your Serendipity build is working wonders as a semi-support online with acid spray. Awesome to hear. Thank you so much for coming in and giving such a nice comment as well. I'm pleased the raid builds have been helpful, and I hope they continue to be as well. 1987 is the number you'll get the shiny. That's my birth. Yeah, nice, AO Geeks. I hope you're right. We're very close to it now. Very close. I'm not a super fan of Avatar. That's reserved for Black Butler. And nice. I like that. Awesome. I mean, I think I was really in the same boat with Death Note. Death Note was like one of the first anime manga series I watched when I was younger, and I think like I was like so looking forward to the live action series on Netflix. And when they did it, I know it wasn't a series, but I was like so disappointed with it because I think I had such expectations for it and it just fell so short of those. And I think when you're like a big fan of stuff like that, it can sometimes be like that, which is maybe to other people are like, watch it, maybe watched on, knew about Death Note, not as much into it. I'm not saying you're not as much into it, but don't go into it with those higher expectations. I think then it's more enjoyable. James, thank you so much for coming by the stream. First time seeing you live. Great to have you here, James. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Maybe you can bring us a bit of shiny luck. You definitely need some. Thackeray was also portrayed as a cartoon versus anime in the West, and that helped a lot too. Blue Eye Samurai is a must-watch. I need to check that out. I never seen it. 158 amazing people watching, but only 87 likes. Thank you so much, Professor Og. Go on, even more amazing, and smash the like button. 13 more to reach the like goal target. Professor Og, thank you so much for pushing the like train as you always do, mate. Really appreciate it. Decidueye, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're well, my friend. Having a great day. Just got a shiny Alpha Spiritomb. Mate, that is incredible. Congrats. Such a nice shiny as well. And to be Alpha, that's crazy. Crazy. One of the things I never got in PLA was the Alpha shiny Spiritomb. I'd love to get one. Need to go back and do that, but congrats on the shiny. Do you still have phone books in the UK? Nah, I don't think so. Like, I've never seen a phone book in years. Yes, we get like these little leaflets through with like local businesses and local like traders and stuff in, and like their numbers in them. But it's mainly just for like the surrounding area. But that's like as close as we get to any sort of phone book. You don't get anything with like people's names in or anything anymore. I remember my parents, I don't know how often you get a new phone book, but be like that big, and it'd be like just names of everyone. Crazy that they used to do that. I guess that information is probably out there online anyway, but I don't know. Seems crazy that, you know, your name, address and everything was published in this one book with your number back in the day. Seems like crazy that that could even happen. Husband got Lord of the Rings fan and didn't like the Rings of Power. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that are really big into Lord of the Rings, and they really dislike it and really dislike the fact that I enjoyed it. And I'm like, I feel bad. I'm not going to talk about this anymore, you know. But I can't lie to myself and say that I didn't enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. I think just revisiting that world for me is kind of nice, because I really enjoyed the books. Obviously, what Jackson did with the films were great, but you know, I like all the lore and stuff about them. There's a great YouTube channel. Is it In Deep Geek? And they do some really cool lore videos and stuff like that. So if you're into Lord of the Rings and all those sort of things, it's a really good channel to check out. Sending you some shiny luck, Philip. Thank you so much, mate. I hope you're having a great start to your day as well. And thanks for hopping in and joining this afternoon. It's a dream, and I love Avatar since it first released, but watching the new Avatar kind of hit me so hard. I was really disappointed, but my girlfriend, who couldn't remember a lot, really enjoyed it, so I guess it's okay. Oh, mate, I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. It's so disappointing when you hear that, when you're a huge fan and you didn't like it. It'd be interesting. I've got a friend that is pretty similar to you, and they haven't seen it yet, and I was talking with them, and they were saying, oh, I haven't watched it and plan on watching it. But they're like a huge Avatar fan, so it'll be interesting to see what their take on it is as well. But yeah, it's always disappointing when that kind of happens. Just like a little bit disappointed. Maybe season 2 and 3 are a bit more enjoyable for you. Enjoyed Rings of Power for what it was, would have liked a show that was true to the source material. Rich, I agree with you there. I do, yeah. I think I'm like taking it on face value. Liked it for what it was, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more resemblance to the actual lore. Rose, good morning to you. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. Thanks so much for hopping in, as always, and joining us. Great to have you with us this morning. Lisa, I hope you're well as well. I have almost obtained every shiny, legendary, and ultra moon. 4 to go. Lisa, that's incredible. Which ones have you got left on the list to do? That's amazing. Just got a shiny Articuno in leaf green. 5 minutes into the phase. VXO million, that is incredible. Congrats. Shiny Articuno is so nice as well. Such a great shiny. Encounter 7.5k, but whatever. It's a lot of encounters, but you got it. Took a break temporarily to start hunting shiny Regidrago. Nice. How's good luck with the Regidrago hunt. I hope that goes nice and smoothly. You get it nice and early with those resets as well. But yeah, on top of that, good luck with the remaining 4 that you've got. I can't believe only 4 left to do. That's incredible. Such a lot of shinies in those games. We reached the goal, 107 likes. Thank you so much, chat. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the stream. Really appreciate it, and appreciate you all being here as well. So thank you so much. Hopefully, as a payback, we can get a shiny starter. Will these games give us some joy today? Always thought it was weird that they put everyone's number in a book and give it to everyone. How companies strive to find people's phone numbers to sell to other companies. It's crazy how times change. Yeah, It's a crazy concept. Like back then, it's just like, yeah, and you could find people. It's so easy, I guess. You just knew like a little bit about them. Or if you knew like an address and you were like, who lives there? You could just find out. Crazy. The Breads, good morning to you. I hope you're well, my friend. Thanks so much for joining the stream today. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your morning. Bug, I had to reschedule an appointment. It was on hold forever. Then I had to sneeze attack. Went to talk to the receptionist. It's always the way. Hope it didn't last too long, mate. What's the first non-starter shiny you will be hunting? Might have it before Christmas. Might, Josh, yeah. Potentially. I think if we go to the... Is it the Dark Cave? Zubat Geodude in there. I'd like to get a Mareep, but I'm not too sure if that'll be the first one we go for, because I feel like we need to make that hunt a little bit better. We're probably going to need a Pokemon with the static ability, so Pichu can be caught pretty early on. So once we get a Pichu, we can then go and get the Mareep, because I would like to have an Ampharos in the team. The run doesn't hinge on it. I just think it would be useful to have for the run. But we might end up just doing Falkner and then going on from there and then deciding a bit further down the line what we do. Have you got any suggestions, Josh? Maybe something Christmas themed to match the time of year when we end up getting it, yeah? Cassidy, how are you doing? I hope you are having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us today on the stream. No shiny there. Sending you shiny luck. I was here when you got the shiny Celebi. Oh, nice. Hope the start has shine today. Maybe you being here bring us that Celebi luck a little bit back. So that would be nice. But I hope you're having a great day. Lisa, Uxie, Kabalion, Landorus, and Lugia. Ooh, they're all really nice shinies as well. I hope they're nice and easy for you to get. Like I always say, the reset runs are short for those ones. Chun-Li, Death Note live action wasn't too bad. Didn't have the budget that more recent actions have. That is very true. It definitely didn't have anywhere near the budget of like these more recent kind of runs of shows. It would have been nice to kind of see what it could have been like with a bigger budget, because I think that would have definitely made it probably a lot more, a lot of things more possible in them. Lexus, we're using consoles. We got them both down here. Just hard resetting well, not hard resetting, soft resetting every time we go through it. Have you feeling one will shine after 2001 resets? I hope you are right, Cassidy. That'd be nice if that is the case. Still deciding if I want to do the Lugia because I have one from the max layer already. Yeah, I got the one in the max layer, and I've almost done the same as you and thought I got it from the max layer, so I don't need to do it in those games now. Shiny Lugia is super nice though, so it's always a good one to go after. I mean, if you get the other ones really quick, you could just go for the Lugia. But then if you got the other ones, then you've kind of complete the whole legendary set, right? Phone book was actually essential back then. 100%, yeah. I mean, you had no other way to look up anything, right? So the phone book was like, it's just a crazy concept when you like look back at it now that was the thing. Love shiny Mareep. It's little cotton candy sheep. It's such a good shiny as well, yeah. And Ampharos would be so good for the team. Make it so much easier for a lot of the battles that we'll kind of come up against. What got you into wanting to start making YouTube content and streaming? Yes, your audio is pretty low. The audio is pretty low. Hopefully if I just move my mic up, normally that helps out. I don't want to, if it's still low, let me know, chat, and I can adjust things. Getting into YouTube, basically, I played competitive Pokemon for years with a little bit of success to it as well. And I knew it was going to be one of those things where just because of the time that you have to put into playing like serious competitive, There's lots of events that you need to go to throughout the year, so it really takes up so much time. And it was one of those things where I was like, I probably can't keep doing this forever, like going to every single event, like, because it's like one a month, if not more than one a month sometimes. So I was like, nah, I can't keep this up forever, but I'd like to kind of not quit but keep it up casually. But one of the things I thought I'll do while I'm still kind of playing is start a YouTube channel up, and then give a little bit back to the community with guide videos on helping newer players come into VG, because I always remember how I got introduced to competitive Pokemon through I always had a real passion for it, but I wasn't aware of the online community when I was younger until I battled the 2001 world champion at an event, and Darren was like, do you go online or any of the online communities? And I was like, no, I have no idea what any of those are. He's like, well, there's people help each other out, you know, you can find out about different builds and things like that. Anyway, long story short, he referred me to a site called Smallgun, and then my competitive career went on from there. So I was like, I want to kind of do the same sort of thing for new players that are coming in, to give a little bit of help to them, maybe start their journey or whatever. Not anything crazy. So that's where it started. And also a friend of mine, Duncan Conta, Duncan Knee Deep, you may know him as, was also starting a new season of his BS League or MLB League, or however we're pronounced, I can't remember. Multi-Battle League, MBL League, and he asked me if I'd like to take part because I was friendly with Duncan at the time, but he was like, you need a YouTube channel to do it. So I was like, okay. So off the back of that, and also wanting to do the VG content, I thought that was a good idea, and that's how I got into it. And then as soon as I got into doing it a bit more, I was like, I really love doing this, and then it just went from there, really. Yeah, so long story cut, kind of semi-long, short-ish, but yeah. Imagine taking that long for a shiny starters and then walking into the first route and getting a shiny for it. Bits of dreaming, I would take it. I would take it at this point. I'd be like, yeah, the payback at this stage would be fine to have. Get that, just any shiny from now on after this hunt is going to be just a nice, hopefully a quick one, be like a huge bonus. What's the best game method for shiny hunting legendaries? I personally think it is Ultra Sun and Moon in the Ultra Wormholes. If you've got the shiny charm in those games, like, your odds in the Ultra Wormholes are going to be about 1 in 1,380 something, I think, around that number. So yeah, there I would say probably the best way, quickest way to get through a lot of resets. I mean, it's arguable that Sword and Shield with the Dynamax Adventure raids are, but they're quite drawn out. And I think like every run of the Dynamax Adventure raid normally roughly takes between 10 and 15 minutes, and that's just to check the legendary, and you have to beat it and all those things, whereas Ultra Sun and Moon's just a soft reset. Then you can kind of just go in to automatic mode to get it. That's where I've had most success as well. I would always recommend that one over anything else. I think Dynamax Adventure is fun if you're doing it with other people. I was asking about the phone book because I feel like tearing one in half. Would you do that? Would you do that live? A phone book in half? I don't think I could, mate. I don't think I have the strength to do it. Those thick phone books. Isn't it like one of those urban legends where it's impossible to tear a phone book in half? I swear I've seen videos of people doing it, but I don't know how like true that is. If it's already like pre-cut or something. Marquise, yeah, I know. Disappointing that we aren't getting a game this year. I still feel confident we will, you know. I do. I think we're going to get that Gen 5 remake by Ilka. I just feel like they're holding off and answering it. Could be wrong, but I'm confident that we're going to get that. Is there a counter to use to keep track of the soft resets? The one I'm using stops at Gen 7. If I'm not doing it on my computer like I'm doing now, I generally just use the calculator on my phone as a quick way to do it. I don't know about any apps online. Maybe some others in the chat do. Want to start streaming myself, just playing casually, just because I enjoy having a good time playing Pokemon, doing challenges, etc. Mats, you should so do it. Don't put off either. Just get into it and explore it. And yeah, if you enjoy doing it and things like that, I think there's no reason to not do it, you know. Don't ever, I think my one thing through life is don't go through life and have regrets. I think that's the one thing. Like, you don't want to be like 10-15 years down the line and be like, I wish I'd just started that YouTube channel at the time. Like, you could start it and then you could find out like, it's not for me, but at least you tried, right? And I think that's the big thing. Like, you never find out if you enjoy or like or dislike anything until you give it a go. So I'm always in that mindset. Life's for living. Got to take advantage of the opportunities when we're here to take advantage of them, you know. What's your best result competitively? 7th place at the 2014 World Championships. So that's my best. I don't think we're gonna better that. Yeah, so yeah, 7th place 2014 World Championships, the same year that famous chap Sejan Park won the World Championships. So I was in top cut with that group of people. I've had a couple of I've had 2 3rd place at nationals, UK nationals 2010 and then 2013, 3rd place both years those times. I've had a bunch of top cuts, two times finalists, 2 times regional finalists, no times regional winner. The first regional, the final that I got to, I had to leave the event because I couldn't play the final because my train was leaving, so I couldn't miss that train because I had a flight the next day, so I had to get back, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get home, which was really disappointing. And then the next one I just lost because yeah, no excuses there. I should have played better, but yeah, hopefully I get back to, you know, 3rd time's a charm. 3rd regional final, that's what I need to do. Come back next season, have a good crack at some events, and get to a regional final, and then hopefully take the title. That'd be nice. The prize money now is so much better as well, so there you go. There's a YouTube video by a guy called Canned Wolf Meat, explains the best odds per time for every single Pokemon. It's a great watch. I will check that out. That sounds great. What came out on top? Just out of interest. Loading ignores the fact that you have a mash A, and yeah, that's true for the Regidrago. Is there a way, as someone who has never played, to get shinies from Ultra Sun and Moon into home now? Yeah, as long as you've got Pokemon Bank, that would be the only thing that you would need to have access to. Do you know anywhere online that lays out which mythical and legendary shinies you can get in which games? Not off the top of my head. Someone in chat might know. Rich, I will try and find out for you though on the next stream. If you remind me on, I will look after this. There's got to be a resource out there that has it all kind of laid out nice and simple. And Brian NG, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. So generous. Let's show some love to Brian in the chat, everyone. Good luck, bro. A little tip for your perseverance. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you very much, mate. And Mike, Cerebi. So Joe's got it all on Cerebi. And Bros Google. That's the best answer. Google has all the info. Yeah, I don't know about a specific site though that has like all of that. Professor Oak, my sentiments exactly, mate. Wait, so your opponent got a free win once you got to the final. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Free win. Easiest regional win ever. And I didn't even get a trophy for 2nd place back then. That was only 2016. You didn't get a trophy that year in Europe. If you got to the finals of a regional, you only got a trophy if you got like one of the bricks, one of these ones. Oh, you get one of these ones if you got. So you didn't get this. I should have got one of these in 2016. Should have got one of those in 2016, but I didn't because they only give them out to the winner, which I feel like, come on. It's like, it's all about the trophy back then, really, you know? The CP as well, of course, but at that point, my CP was kind of fine. I think I'd got my day 2 invite by that point it was like February or March time, so it didn't really matter. I was like more concerned about trying to get a trophy. Ultra Wormhole Shinies and Legends Arceus Mass Outbreaks. I don't know about you, but sometimes I wonder if my game's broke when I don't get a shiny after this long cadence. I think the same all the time. I'm like, have I got a faulty copy of the game? Is there just something going wrong with it? Are we not doing these resets right? Does the shiny just not exist? Have we been informed wrong and these shinies are actually shiny locked? Josh, Dan, you don't have Pokemon Bank as I never had a DS. Okay, that might be a bit of a problem. If you've got a DS, the only option for you now is, because Pokemon Bank and Transporter are still working, but you can't download them if you didn't already have them on your system. But you can put custom firmware on your DS or 3DS and then get those games on that way. But I'm not too sure on the specifics of it all, but you can do it, and that will allow you then to get Bank in home. Well, you'll be able to get Bank and then use it to transport stuff up to home that way. Tried Google, there didn't seem to be anything all in one place. Yeah, like Isa says, it might need to be one of those where you're kind of flicking through different pages to cross-reference. It's definitely a good resource that should be there, that has them just all in one place though. To resize the counter. I'm gonna have to soon. Ultra Wormholes is 7 minutes per shiny in an ideal scenario, and Legends Arceus Outbreak 12 minutes per shiny. This obviously assumes best case scenario. Wow, so Ultra Sun and Moon is the best. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just imagining the shinies to be there and they're not. That when I looked at that Chikorita there, I was like, it's got a yellow leaf, but it hadn't. It doesn't. I can get Pokemon Bank still with custom firmware. Just to transfer all my mats. Coming in with the clutch answer there. Hins, how are we doing? I hope you're good. Having a great start to your day, and thanks so much for hopping in and joining us this morning. And maybe, just maybe, we get a shiny in today's stream. Doing all right though, mate. Doing really good. Got the Animal Crossing tunes on right now. Everyone's favorite. Usually watch videos of people getting the shiny. I'm looking for to convince myself that it is possible. Yeah, I feel like I've been doing that recently, just being like watching people get these on very low resets and thinking, well, it is definitely possible, just not for us. Don't have a 3DS, you can't transfer anymore since Pokemon in Gen 8 now need to have a home flag activated, so if you hack in your shinies that you have your emulator, you can't leave the game. Yeah, you need to have that home tracker on them. Feel that way about Arceus on BDSP, been hunting it for months. Oh, have you been counting your resets that you're doing on it? I hope you manage to see it shine soon. 29k resets. Oak, yeah, I know Professor Oak's been going crazy with that Arceus hunt. Really feel like if we get it, we just trade it to Professor Oak just to relieve him of the pain of those resets. It's such a crazy amount. But it's like the way the game can just go sometimes. I know we've got odds, but they don't always marry up. You can get to full odds and like just don't see anything. I was really good at that. All the legendaries in Indigo Disc are shiny locked. I know, James, it makes no sense. Like, why did they do it? It's just so unnecessary. Like, they should have put a bit, I feel like they should have put a bit more time into making them accessible in their shiny forms. Would it just made people stay in the games for so much longer? Like, now it just feels like there's not really much to go back into Scarlet and Violet other than the raid events that we get occasionally. Video idea for you there, mate. Which legendary shinies in which game? There we go, Rich. You give me it on a plate. All royalties earned from that video go to you. Thanks for the suggestion though. I feel like there's definitely a gap there though, isn't there? Imagine seeing the same shiny on both screens. That would be the worst. That would be the worst. Although we could use the one from like the one that we don't go ahead with. We use the other one as a backup if things go wrong with the first one. Joseph, how are you doing today? I hope you're well and having a great day yourself. Thanks so much for hopping in and coming by the stream. Maybe 2024 will have the shiny since it's this year. We're only 3 away, so hopefully it will be that. Bebum, how are you doing, mate? Still no shiny. Hope you are good though, mate. Great to see you as always. Maybe it is 2024, the year. The dedication, mate. We've got to. We're so deep into this now. There's no giving up. We got to just carry on, plow on with this. Craving some s'mores. It's for my girls over the weekend, and now my sweet tooth is kicking in. Oh man, s'mores, proper s'mores as well are the best. What's the cracker that you guys, is it Grahams crackers that you guys use in the States? You can't really get them in the UK, but that's like the authentic small making material. I think like a substitute that we always get told to use in the UK is like digestive biscuits, which are not the same. Not my favorite. But Sergio, just give in. Go treat yourself, mate. Get those s'mores cooking. Reg Ice was my worst offender. I felt like it was seeing things. Shiny is so bad. They are the worst, especially those where you're setting hundreds and hundreds of it like in a short period of time, and your eyes are just fooling you so much, you know. The worst thing is these two DSs that I've got here. One's an LL, which is a Japanese one, which has been converted to a English one, and one's just maybe an older model, but both the screens are slightly different in appearance, so it's like there is a slight shade difference when I'm looking at them here. I don't know if it comes across on the screen there. Nah, on the screen they look exactly the same, but there is a slight coloration, and then when I'm glancing between them sometimes it really throws me off. Hopefully they will change it. Saying is so far there is no new game till Legends EA. Yeah, I think the problem is, James, that for them to go, I don't think they'll ever go back in and change it now, just because like so many people have went in and caught those legendaries. Unless they decide to do special events for them where they are available in their shiny, you know, they could do repeat special events. I guess different snacks from Snackworth that they could do. I think they are shiny locked because of the way the overworld encounters work in Scarlet and Violet, like you see. Yeah, I think that's exactly it, and they just couldn't figure out a way to have them appear like that and also have the 1 in 4,096 chance of appearing as a shiny in the overworld. That would have been so cool to see. Imagine rocking up to like Suicune at the lake and it's just shiny Suicune just hanging out. There's almost a chance that you'd be like, I'll just leave it here. I'll just leave shiny Suicune on my map. That'd be kind of cool. No Graham's crackers in the UK. You have to rectify this. Yeah, I've never actually had a Graham's cracker before. Like I always, like when I've went to get s'mores recipes in the past, I'm like, so annoying. And then you look at like other blogs to see what the alternative to Graham's crackers is, and everyone always says these digestive biscuits, which are pretty grim. How do you like your marshmallows? Toasted for a small? Toasted marshmallows are literally the best thing as well. Pure sugar. So good for you. So good though. I was gonna say so good for you, probably not so good for you. I'm going to use Suicune next gen for sure, but we'll name it and EV it. Nice, mate. I had a great healthy meal. Had to ruin it with a chocolate chip cookie after all the s'mores convo. Sorry, Professor Oak. Started something. Good stuff. At least you had the healthy meal as a base, and then, you know, The chocolate chip cookie will be good if you're planning on going for a run, or if you have been for a run today. So it'll all cancel each other out. Cosmic, how are you doing this morning? Great to see you, and thanks so much as always for hopping in and joining us today. Hope you come in at a good time when we might see something shine. I've unlocked all the legendaries on Scarlet and haven't caught any in protest of them being non-shiny. I don't blame you, mate, to be honest. And the catch rates for them are like pretty brutal as well. They look nice just kind of as ornaments around the region. I think I did go and get all. I haven't went and done any of them in my Scarlet copy. I got them all in I got them all in Scarlet, but I've left them all in Violet. Just, yeah, doing the same. Went on 100k before lunch. There you go. You need that carb, you need that energy to get you through the rest of the day, Prof. So don't feel bad about it. It's all good. The smaller the merrier. Exactly, Ashley. My plan was to get up early this morning, go for a run, but then they dropped that mystery gift overnight. I was like, I need to quickly do a video for that. So I did that this morning, and then I was like, oh, since I've kind of started doing video stuff, I'll finish off the video for later today, which is the Legends Zia starter one. So I was like, oh, I'll just finish that off now. I've got a bit of editing to do on it. I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then that led into this, and I was like, now I know when I finish this, I'll be like, I need to go for a run, but I haven't eaten today. So I'm like, I need to eat. And then, yeah, so I'm probably not going to do a run today. I'll probably have to be bumped to tomorrow, which is fine. I've been wondering how many Hisui Voltorb did you get during the Scarlet and Violet Shiny Boosted event? I only hunt it when we streamed. So that stream, I think we got 7. And we didn't really spend that much time going after them either. So I feel like if you really dedicated a bunch of time, you could have absolutely went ham with them and got so many very, very quickly. So we got the Amoonguss, we got one Amoonguss, we got one Voltorb, regular Cantonian Voltorb, and then we got 7 of the Hisuian ones, which is pretty cool. We only got one with a rare mark as well. It was the very first one we encountered on the stream. Post 07, yeah, I haven't gotten the snacks, no reason to. Very disappointing. There isn't really any reason to be honest. Like, unless you need like an Urshifu, which you haven't got because you didn't get Scarlet and Violet DLCs, or you need to get the Calyrex or the Glastria or the Spectria, I should say. And that's the only reasons I could see you needing if you didn't have a Sword and Shield before. It's just, yeah. Just disappointing. That's all it was. I still can't get my head around it. They really are more ornamental. I was planning to catch them in April, but I don't really care to do it at this point. Too much resetting. Yeah, exactly. Too many resources as well. Like, so much time. It took me so long to get those. Only reason why I even shiny hunted the legendaries in Ultra Sun and Moon is because the Scarlet and Violet shiny locked them. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing at the minute, Lisa. I'm kind of going through. So I'm doing a video which is taking ages to finish, as you can imagine, but I'm going through a bit like what you're doing at the moment, all the legendaries that you can catch in Scarlet and Violet, but shiny hunting them in other games and then getting them that way, and then putting them all into Scarlet and Violet to compensate for them being shiny locked in those games. It's taken a while. I'm currently doing Terrakion at the minute, which is just not showing up. It's like contributing to this shiny drought that we're having at the minute on the channel with just no luck at all. So maybe when something shines, the rest of them will start popping up. I managed to get a lot and have 4 spare after sending some to my friends that I missed it. Nice, James. That's an awesome haul, mate. Did any of yours have a mark with it? I wish more of the ones I was able to get had the rare mark. I like getting the rare marks with them. Always a nice little bonus. I ended up getting 2 Fungus, 2 Canto Voltorbs, 1 Skidoo. Nice. And 17 Hisui Voltorb, trying to get one with a cool mark, but only managed the uncommon mark. At least you got one with a mark. Not the best of marks, but at least you did get a mark. In 17, that's not bad at all, really. Just started my quest for Calyrex and chose Glastrier. Kind of sad I can't get both horses. I know, Danny, it is annoying, isn't it? And you need the other version to be able to get the other one. Although you could start a new profile on your Switch. It means playing through the game again, but you could do it that way and then port one from the spare game to home and then into your main one. It's just a bit long-winded to do it. To get the other one, you can do it though. I have a nightmare story about Terrakion also. The weird thing about the Terrakion, Lisa, is that I was in Gdansk for the regional casting over there before Christmas, and we were about to do like a team meeting thing, and I was with a few of the Go casters, and they were doing a raid for Terrakion at the time, and I was like, oh, I'll hop in and do it with you. And the Terrakion I got was shiny, so I'm like, could that count? I keep thinking of that at the minute. Every reset that I do on this Terrakion, I'm like, could I just use the one from Pokemon Go instead of getting it in this game? Is that cheating a little bit? And I feel like, yeah, it probably is for the video purposes. But I want to hear your nightmare story about Terrakion. All legendary Pokemon are in BDSP. Yeah, pretty much most of the legendary Pokemon are in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Just the odds are all set to 1 in 4096 because the shiny charm doesn't affect any of them, but you can shiny hunt all of the legendaries in there. It's just annoying because you've got to go on the underground and get all of the what are they called, the gems that you got to find, mysterious shards I think they're called, to unlock all of the legendaries. So there's that like little wall that you've got to get over before you even go on and hunt the legendaries, but they're all in there. But I head out. Have a blessed day to everyone. Bryce, you as well, my friend. Thanks for coming by the stream today. I hope you do have a fantastic day yourself, and I'll hopefully catch you again very soon, mate. UDM17, I hope you had a good weekend. Best of luck today. UDM17, thank you so much, mate. Weekend was really good, thanks. I hope yours was as well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream, however long you can stick around for, mate. You might bring us a bit of shiny luck. The one for Go counts. I'm sure most of the shiny ones are from Go. It counts. Right, we're done with Terrakion. Although I feel I'm so deep into this with resets now, we're way over odds with it. I feel like I need to kind of stick with it now until it pops up. It's a bit like these hunts where it's so far in with them that you just feel like now we have to commit to it now. Rich, maybe I need to get BDSP. Yeah, because you can get yeah, pretty much Raikou, the Cantonian birds, you get the Reggies, Lugia, Ho-Oh, depending on the version. I think there are some version exclusives depending on which one you get. But definitely worth it, Rich, for the Pokemon you can hunt in there. And then you get radar hunting as well, which is pretty awesome in those games. Resets on the Switch are just terribly slow. Another big plus for the 3DS, and Ultra Sun and Moon working the way through Lugia resets at the moment. Oh, good luck with the Lugia hunt. And yeah, Haynes, I think the one drawback with the Switch is that the soft resetting on it is just so slow. Like the Arceus hunts, what do we work out? We could do about 4 to 5. I know we're using soft resets on the GB operator, but essentially the SP. But you can do about 4 to 5 resets for Deoxys, and the same time it takes you to do 1 reset in BDSP for Arceus. It's absolutely crazy. But the 3DS, such a good system for soft resetting on. Is I lost a shiny at 1490 resets because I was stupid and only brought 3 Pokemon. No, oh, that is brutal. That is horrible. Found another one at 1100. The thought afterwards and took every measure to stop her from fainting. Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is horrible. That's like a nightmare scenario. I had the same when I was going in against Ho-Oh. I forgot to go back to the Pokemon Center to kind of box it, and I've been using Smeagol with like full swipe, night slash to get a nightshade to get a bit damage, and then spore as well. And I had like 2 PP left on my spores, and I encountered the Ho-Oh, and I was like, I had no ethers, no Alexas or anything like that, and I was dreading like just losing the Ho-Oh after I got it, and I was kicking myself. I was like, I should have just went to the Pokemon Center and come back and started this again. But I managed to snag it in the end. It was very stressful. It was like 35 minutes it took me to snag the Ho-Oh, but it was well worth it overall. But it was brutal. It's always good to make sure you've got that team prepared. It was definitely a mistake that I could have learned the hard way from, and I was lucky I didn't have to. It's like a whole minute. I was lucky getting Arceus at 2,000 resets. Hints, that's nice. That's a nice number. It's a lot, but it's a decent number, right? Halfway through, odds-wise. Olio, how are you doing? Any tips on getting Poltergeist and Sinisty? In which games? In Scarlet and Violet? What is it? What town is it? It's Alfrenada town that they appear near. It's probably the best place to get them in the games, I would say. Right, let's step up, get a few more resets going a bit quicker. Only one I am after is Wakaza. Had one in Oras, Jolly in a Great Ball before home, but I have to reset home. Just Kabalion and Terrakion would be enough for me. Rayquaza's a nice one. Both the Musketeer trios, all the Musketeer trios are really nice. The shinies are pretty nice as well. And we're back. Got the desks moved in and set up. Nice, Riley. Just in time to go to the gym, lol. Gonna sleep like a rock tonight. Mate, you're gonna be knackered. All that workout that you've done with the desks. And then on top of that, real workout. Not that the desks weren't real workout as well, mate. Hope you enjoy the gym. Please, you managed to get the desks done. We still are sitting with a 0 shiny, though. Can we shiny hunt Arceus in the 3DS? I don't think so, no. I think Arceus can only be shiny hunt in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, so you would need to do it on the Switch. I think there was events in the past where Arceus was distributed once, but as a shiny, but I think it was a Japan exclusive event, so it's not something that you can get now, at least. But I think once upon a time there was an event. Have a look on Cerebi. They got all the information about the past events if you're interested in them, but Arceus can definitely only be caught shiny in BDSP, so that was one of the big draws for that game. It's just a bit of a pain to get to the point to be able to shiny hunt it, because you need Legends Arceus or a save file of it on the same console, and that to be complete to get the Azure Flute. Dominate. Do you think Blastoise will come back around? I think it probably will eventually, but probably not for a while. I don't think, just because we've had it so recently, and I feel like they've maybe got a lot more 7-star raids to get through. But I would say, like, the Charizard has come back, you know. I think this is the 3rd time the Charizard's come back around in total, so I think the Blastoise Venusaur is likely to probably make an appearance once again as well. Alex, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Are you still doing trades for Mew? I have a bunch of shiny Pokemon maybe be interested in. We are going to do one more run for the Mew, but I don't know when it will be. I'm still in the process, when I've got a bit of spare time, getting the Mews in Pokemon Red, so I need to trade those up. So when it's ready, I will definitely get these streams scheduled, but I want to try this time, because it probably will be the last time of doing it, to get as many as possible, not just 3 or 4 boxes. I'm gonna try and get around 6, 7, 8 boxes if I can, but it's just gonna take a bit of time to get those traded up through Pokemon Bank into Pokemon Home. But it's definitely in the works at the moment. Either Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield, but seems like not many of them are spawning. Scarlet and Violet, you should have a lot of luck down in, yeah, next to Alfrenada Town, the area around there. You could set up a grass level 2 encounter power sandwich for ghost type Pokemon, especially during the day as well. And they'll only spawn because they spawn during the day as well. For the rest of your day late, hopefully it shines on you soon. Need to sleep 10:30 p.m. Need to be up at 4:30 a.m. Exia, you get some good rest, my friend, and thank you again for coming by the stream today. It's been awesome hanging out with you, and I'll hopefully catch you on tomorrow's stream. So take it easy, mate. Thanks again. Does anyone know if a GameStop sells turbo controllers? They should sell turbo controllers. Out of all places, they should have them. DJ, how are you doing? I hope you're well, my friend. Good morning to you as well. I gotta get in this last Mew distribution. Yeah, like that's the point. I think I want to do a lot of preparation for it, so you know it's gonna be a long stream, but it'll be worth it if everyone that hasn't got one already manages to pick one up. See Wild Bebem in the chat. Nice follow. Thank you so much for the subscribe. I've been lurking, and if I may chime in regarding the Mew distribution, you can, mate. And Julian, greetings from South Africa. You spurred me into starting my own Soul Silver Shiny only Nuzlocke. Julian, I hope the run is going well. And have you managed to get the starter yet or not? Are you still soft resetting? You might be miles ahead of us, but I hope you're enjoying it anyway. And thanks for joining the stream today as well. I'll be ready to help with that again because I don't own because I got my own shiny Mew in yellow, so I'll be able to help out with it again. Bebum, that would be amazing if you are about, dude. That would be so good. And then we can have two codes, trade codes going on at once, so we can distribute loads at the same time. Okay, dude, let's organize it, because we did that before and it was really good because we managed to just get so many Mew sent out. So that would be brilliant. Maybe if we do that, we could have a shiny hunt going on at the same time as I trade out, so we have some stuff going on around it, so it's kind of caters to everyone. Pretty good, bud. Having a nice morning watching you shiny hunt. I love these events. I'll be ready, man. Let me know which shiny you'd be interested in and I'll get it for you. Don't have it. Thank you so much, mate, but honestly that is so kind, by the way. But you don't need to send me anything for it, honestly. Just send me anything. A Weedle, whatever fodder you've got in your game, honestly, just send me anything. Nothing of value, just send me whatever you've got lying around that's spare in your boxes, and that will be more than enough. Damn, still no shiny. I keep poking my head in to see if you've got it because I'm busy cleaning up an animation. I hope the animation cleaning up's going good, Vader, but no shiny just yet. No, nothing. I just keep convincing myself it's got to happen soon. Which one will it be? Actually, I have the event Shiny Zacian, which is sick. It's a very nice shiny. Nice job on being able to pick that one up. It didn't last for too long, that event. Another worst thing, I found it a couple of years ago, but I found it recently again when I was clearing out a few bits, is in X and Y they did a similar event to the Zacian and Yveltal, where they distributed the shinies, but you got like a card and it was like a bit of a scratch, you know, like a lottery card where you scratch a card and you scratch off the foil and the code's underneath. And I found the shiny Xerneas distribution card that I got given from a game store, and I hadn't even cashed it in, and now I'm like, oh, I can't even get this because the foil's still unscratched. So disappointing. Could have had the shiny Xerneas and I just didn't utilize it. I must have put it somewhere and just forgot that I had it and then thought I'd lost it, but it was there all along. And now shiny Xerneas is lost to time. Could have had it in my games. Caleb, you're going to try and get 1 and 2 living decks from the virtual console so they have the special GB mark before the potential shutdown of the 3DS Online. It'd be nice to be able to do that. Especially if I could get like the shinies for the birds as well. Especially from Gen 1. I think that would be a really nice thing to be able to do with the GB mark. It's so cool. I really hope they do port them to the Switch, because I imagine if they do put the older games onto the Switch, they'll probably not have that. Will they have that Game Boy mark? Will it still be that? I don't know. You would think it would be. People still getting Scarlet and Violet for the first time. Everything I do a Terra line, people bring Pokemon to counter the original type and not the Terra type, and always struggle. That is rough. I guess probably people are still getting Scarlet and Violet all the time as well, you know. Or maybe just getting to the point in the game where, I guess it's only March if you got it for Christmas and you're casually playing through it. You might have only just unlocked 7-star raids to do the events recently. So yeah, I hope they get a bit, I hope you get better raid partners going forward though, Charles. Yeah, also Bebum, congrats mate, getting it in yellow as well. Awesome. $300 resets in, so fresh starts compared to you. If I may ask how you are streaming your consoles. The 3DSs have got capture cards built into them, and then we've got like capture software that we can play on the PC, so it feeds basically what's on the screen to the PC. So if you can see here, they're kind of plugged in at the back, but those leads go directly into the computer, and then that's how we kind of capture the footage. It's a lot easier to get the capture cards on these models fitted. I don't know if there's probably still people doing it, but back when these were like the main Nintendo consoles, it was a lot easier to get these fitted in the systems, but I'm not too sure, because they're a bit of an older console, if that's still the same case or not. So hype, I just bought a copy of Black 2 and a copy of HeartGold to complete my HeartGold Soul Silver set. The bread's nice. That is awesome to hear. I'm very excited for you to get them, especially completing the set for HeartGold Soul Silver. Are you planning on playing either of them when they arrive, or which one do you think you'll go to first? Astro, how are you doing? Your red videos are so fire. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm pleased they're helpful. Thank you so much for coming by the stream as well. I hope you're having a fantastic day. But I'll be honored to do a shiny hunt for you. I'll change dates on my system as many times as I can to get a specific one. Let me know you got it. Honestly, there's no trouble. Honestly, just anything that you've got, I'd be happy to have traded across for one of the Mews. The Mew was a special one because it was a really fun stream that we did. We did the whole playthrough of Red and then the 8F glitch all in one go, and then yeah, it's off the back of that really. So it was just a thank you for supporting that stream to the community. No way, congrats on the shiny Totodile. I can't believe it only took 2092 resets. Foreshadowing, Riley. You panicked me a bit there because I'm reading that and thinking, have I just skipped over the shiny? But I haven't. It's all good. Zyro, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day as well, my friend. Just got off work, so wanted to stop in and say hi. Always a pleasure to have you dropping by, Zyro. And I hope your day at work was nice and easy, mate. Not too strenuous. Good that you got the rest of the day just to kind of kick back and relax. Damn, from my point of view, mate, going really good. Just the only thing holding it back from being a perfect day is getting one of these shiny. But you heard Riley there. 2092 is the number. We're coming up on that very soon. Maybe a new member of Island Guardians will be in ZA, like the legendary genies and Enamorous and Legends Arceus. That's a really good point, Philip. That'd be crazy if we got a 5th legend, the Island Guardian. I mean, what type would it be? Fairy Fire. There we go. Fairy Fire type. That's what we need, yeah. With a new terrain. Fire terrain. Boost fire type. We couldn't have that because then it would just be broken if sun stacked with it. But I would need a new terrain. We'd need a new terrain introduced, which could be kind of cool as well. We could have a terrain, a trick room terrain. That's what you need. As soon as the terrain's set up, it flips the dimensions for 5 turns. V McMuffin, how are you doing? I got called to jury duty, so I brought a Pokeball Plus with Mew. Nice. How was the jury duty? Or has it not started yet? Gotta get Mew this time. Ken, yeah, we will make sure that you get one. Everyone that wants one hopefully will manage to get one. Just got a shiny Ditto on the first picnic reset after making a normal shiny encounter sandwich. Unreal. That's awesome, David. Ditto's such a nice shiny. I always secretly like hoped when I was doing the BBQs in the Indigo disc that I would get one of those really rare Ditto block shinies, but I never did. Even though you can't catch them, it'd be kind of cool to have seen one. Dr. Manchon, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. The shiny is spawning on the next 50 resets. I hope so, mate. Thank you so much for hopping in though, and the guess, the prediction. I hope you are right. What are we doing? This is it. This is the reset here, Riley. If you are right, 2092. Next month. So you've got a little bit of time, mate. Extreme Hattie, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thanks for joining if you're with us on the stream today as well. Let's see. Nope. Riley, you were wrong. It's all Riley's fault. But like Dr. Manchon has said, next 50 resets. Petra, my friends and I got a shiny Ditto block once. We took so many photos, lol. I can imagine. It's like the thing where it's like, quick guys, let's get some more photos, evidence of it. Always worth a shot, Riley. I was rooting that you were right there, because then we would have been able to begin. It would have been really good. What are your thoughts on us not getting this shiny so far, Riley? When do you think it is going to happen? Ever or never? I don't think there were any of the terrains in Legends Arceus. How many moves will it make into ZA? That's very true. Yeah, we didn't have anything like that in Legends Arceus. I wonder if we'll see held items come back as well, because we didn't have held items in Legends Arceus, and it's kind of interesting because you need for Mega Evolution, they rely on the Mega Stones being held by the Pokemon so you can Mega Evolve. So it feels like it's kind of an important aspect of the games for them to like introduce that wasn't in Legends Arceus. So I do wonder if that we'll see that happen, or maybe you Mega Evolve in a different way. Maybe you don't need an item, but like Rayquaza never did. You just need a special move to Mega Evolve in these games. If I don't get a shiny Mew, I'll move up mine from Pokemon Go. Only holding me back from getting it is a Taurus because I'm in the UK. James, I am in the same boat as you with that quest. I've been doing it for such a long time. No, I haven't got a Taurus. I need a Ditto, and I need the Zapdos and the Moltres, I think, are the ones that I need from the Kanto decks. But everything else I'm done up to that point. I think you're suffering because of the Selby you got, so it'll be odds. Plus the amount of resets you did for the Selby was 1,190, around that, yeah. Selby was crazy under your odds. Oddish is here though, so the tables may have turned in our favor. Oddish comes through with the shiny chant, we might get the shiny. But Oddish was here last time we got the Celebi as well. Oddish, I hope you're doing good though, my friend. Great to see you as always. Same Taurus drama. I hope to get one later this year. I hope you do, Rich. Do you have any way of way to get Galar Bird shiny? There was an event, but I think that event's finished now. So was it? No, sorry. Was the event? Was it an event or was it a mystery gift from competing in? I think it was a gift for competing 3 battles in the online online tournaments in Scarlet and Violet. I'm pretty sure that's how they did it. So you know how they do the online tournaments, the global challenges now. There was similar ones in Scarlet and Violet, and I think it was those, sorry, Sword and Shield. You had to complete 3 battles and then you were eligible to get the mystery gift. And I'm pretty sure the birds were the gifts from those events, but that's the only way that you've been able to get the Galarian bird shiny so far. I'm pretty sure that was how they did it. I don't think it was a mystery gift event. I could be wrong, but I want to say it was linked to the global challenges. Astro, I just hope they take the time to make Legends ZA, because I want it to be better than Legends Arceus. I hope they do as well. I'm quietly confident that those games are going to be nicely polished when they do drop. I've added you on it. I'll keep sending gift till friend levels are high enough, and I'll send you a Moltres, if not back in the raid anytime soon, James. And if I can do anything in return with the Taurus, if I can pick up a Taurus in my troubles, I'll do the same for you, so you can get that shiny Mew that way. Bug, how are you doing? Welcome back. Riley, gym time. If you get the shiny while I'm running, my name for it is Cardio. Cardio. Make a guess before you go, Riley. The rule still stands. Whoever gets closest guess to when we actually get it is getting the nickname. But have a good session at the gym, mate. I hope you enjoy it. Ob, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Great to see you as always. Thanks for hopping in and joining us this afternoon. Got shiny Darkrai for the boys this morning, but I didn't catch the mighty Blastoise. Oh no, you missed the Blastoise. Oh, have you still got it in your game? Because if you haven't updated or went online, you might still have it. I hope you do, mate. I'm going to be sad if you've missed it, because the Charizard's now there, and that's all you're going to be able to get. I hope that's not the case. Looking back to your 1-chip challenge, would you have dipped the chip in something to make it tastier? I don't know if it would have made like some sort of yogurty based dip would have been. I would have made it way easier, Sergio. Yeah, I mean, it would have made it like if I had a pot of like sour cream, something like that. I feel like that's kind of cheating though, right? I feel like you got to do it. You got to do it raw as it is. But dip would have been great. Zyro guess is going to be 2,308. Thank you, Zyro. The only gem on Pokemon in Go I need is Taurus as well. We need to go on a mission to get some Taurus. Giles, 2,121 guess. Thank you so much for the guesses, chat. I really appreciate it. 2,134 will be the number. And Combat Kangaroo, 2,169. 2A weight is 2,112. It shines. I hope you guys are right, because these guesses aren't too far away from where we are now. Just getting all the bad shiny luck out of your system now, so when you're playing, you'll find a team of 6 shiny members in no time. I hope so. I really hope so. That's kind of the logic I'm thinking at this point. Get the grind out of the way now, and the rest of the run will be super easy. Hopefully, maybe not though. Maybe the saves that we've got set up on these are just cursed. Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon will be distributed before Gen 10 like Zacian and Zamazenta. Yeah, pretty sure of that, Philip. Be nice to get them in their shiny forms as well. It would be awesome on top of that to get the Ruin legendaries as shinies as well, because they are super nice shinies. But I don't know if I can see them doing like all of them. Maybe we have to wait for the Ruin legendaries until like next gen and we were able to hunt them in those games and get them there. Oddish, 2,116. Bug, every time I look at Totodile, I think it's shiny. I have to keep double taking on it, you know, because it's like I'm kind of looking out for those blue fins on its back. There's a red here, and it's the color of its body just plays with my eyes so much. LC Skeleton, guess is 2,203. Nice. Andy, how you doing? I hope they bring back 7-star Cinderace. That's the only raid I haven't done. I do think they will repeat all of the raids that they've done so far. But I think they'll probably go through them after they finish this current cycle. Although they might just start, you know, have break weeks where they bring back an old one in between doing like a new one and then the next new one. Be kind of a good way to do it. Still no shiny, Jerry? No, mate. Shiny locked, I feel, at this point. Today I caught the mighty Charizard. After the first time I fought, found I couldn't beat it. This time I beat it with the first time I found in the cave. Nice. What build were you using? Glad to hear you had an easy time with it this time around though, Alex. I will say they will have the shiny at 16k encounters, so at around 2,600 resets. Thank you, VX. Million. I appreciate the guess. And we're not too far away from that now, to be fair, are we? Really? Yeah, the Totodale's like definitely playing with my eyes. I'm having to double look at it every time I'm doing it now. Ploy, 2,143, my guess. My right wife reckons 3,286. I hope you are right and not your wife. No offense to your wife. I hope we get away before then. That's so many more resets. But thank you both for the guesses as well. So my question is Fluttermane or Azumeto? Mad, do you mean Azumarill? I would always pick Fluttermane over it. Fluttermane's just way more consistent. It's easier. And I just think you're going to have... And if you're farming for Herba Mystica, my suggestion is always just go with Fluttermane over Azumarill. Azumarill has the one drawback that it can't hold the Covert Clog because you need the Shell Bell held item for the health recovery through the raid. Otherwise, it's like impossible to run through, really. I mean, you can just keep fainting, but it's not the best strategy to go with. And you're also going to be like subjected to all of the RNG that you can get from all of the burn chances from the fire type attacks that the Charizard can throw out, and the confusion from the Hurricane that you completely have just don't even need to pay any attention to with the Fluttermane at all, because you've got the Covert Clog that prevents any of those things from happening. So yeah, my advice would be just go Fluttermane. Not to say that the Azumarill's not the one. I just think you just make it choosing something that's probably not as optimal as the other one. Golden Yin and Glimmering Yang. The cycle starts and the cycle stops. The god disingenuators sink their fangs. Bless us with a shiny with your mythical shiny hops. There we go. There's the chant from Oddish. Maybe it just needs to sink in. Maybe we need to say it again. Shen Pao's shiny is so cool. I love Shen Pao's shiny. It's so nice. And Chi-Yu as well. Imagine two shinies at once. Supersonic. That would be absolutely wild if we got two at once. I saw a content creator of the weekend. They got two shinies in one game when they were looking through. I think they had shiny, yeah, the Totodile and the Cyndaquil were shiny on their game. Like, how do you even choose that? How do you choose that? Sergio, what's for dinner? We've got bao buns tonight, which is I'm looking forward to. I'm starving now as well, but I do need to go for. I think I need to go for a run before dinner. I can't skip today. I need to be like pretty religious with like going at the minute. I think I can't skip. I said I'd move it to tomorrow, but I'll go after the stream. Try your best to enjoy the shiny hunt other than Gyarados. This will be the easiest shiny by far. Yeah. I hope this isn't the easiest shiny by far, Riley. It is the easiest for resetting for sure. You're right with it. But I hope the other ones are way easier. Gyarados will be the hardest. Imagine if that turns out to be right. If I'm right, can we name it type null? Yes. 100%. Have a spare Taurus on go. If you are ever in Norwich area or the regional, give me a shout. James, thank you so much, mate. That is super kind of you. Is there anything that you need? Because I get like have a tendency to like maybe remove things from a game sometimes just to make room for stuff. So if there is, I'll make sure to make a point of keeping it Just to confirm, the Titans are not shiny locked in Sword and Shield. Don't want to hit a brick wall by soft resetting for a mon that can't shine. The Titans. What, the Regidrago, Regieleki? Do you mean? Just trying to think of the Titan Pokemon. I'm sure it's those two. Yeah, they're not shiny locked. So you can 100% catch them shiny. Luca, good afternoon, my friend. I hope you're well and having a great day. Thanks so much for joining the stream today. James, easy Totodile. Would be. I think what we'd do is trade one over to the... Well, yeah, we just start the run with... How would we even do it? You couldn't pick both of them. It would be brutal. What about you, Sergio? What you doing for dinner? Tyler, I've been trying it with Koraidon. It's gone pretty well. It's a one-shot method. If you use 2 Screeches, 2 Sword Stance, and an Outrage, it might do the trick. Nice, Tyler. That's awesome. I love that. Running through with Koraidon. Style points, mate. Oddish. I'm just hoping for a shiny Oddish to appear. Could you imagine if I was scrolling through and there was no Chikorita, just a shiny Oddish sitting there? I have a leftover chicken stir fry and yakisoba noodles. Oh, very nice, Kaylee. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I think there's like grilled cucumber with this. I've never had that before, so that'll be kind of interesting to see what that's like. Still have the Blastoise 7-star buffing. That is what I like to hear, mate. You've not got as long with this Charizard one, so the Charizard ends on Sunday if you are planning to get that. But I would say the Charizard out of the 3, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, and the Charizard feels the fastest to farm for Herba Mystica out of the 3. Still need to get back to my shiny Regice hunt in Sword and Shield. Good luck with that bug when you do go back to it. I hope you see it shine very, very quickly. So I'm going to have some leftover steaks from my Sunday BBQ, some fajitas, sausages, T-bone steaks. Man, coming in, swinging with that meal. That is, yeah, very jealous. That sounds great, man. Hope you enjoy it. Well, I know you'll enjoy it. That sounds awesome. Gonna start Cyndaquil outbreak hunting. Charles, good luck with the Cyndaquil, but don't go outbreak hunting for it. The outbreak makes no difference. Honestly, save yourself a bunch of time. The Cyndaquil makes no difference unless you're in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then ignore me. But if you're doing it in Scarlet and Violet, don't go for the outbreak, because it doesn't add any extras to the actual hunt at all. There's a video, I'm not shamelessly plugging, but there's a method on the video that I covered on the channel in the cave with how to get a good amount of spawns at one time with Cyndaquil, and you don't need the outbreak for it. But honestly, trust me, I spent so long getting the outbreak in Scarlet and Violet and then did the hunt, and the outbreak compared to not having the outbreak made absolutely no difference at all. Also, I'm going to start Cyndaquil outbreak hunting. Yeah, and Kelly, that's interesting. I loved grilled zucchini. Wonder what grilled cucumber will be similar. Yeah, I imagine it probably is quite similar to that. Yeah, I'll let you know. Grilled zucchini, or what do we call it? Courgette. Zucchini is courgette in the UK, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, it's good, really good. Sick, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. I reckon 2,136. We're not too far off that, my friend. I hope you are right. Really do. I hope you're right. Spot on right. Blastoise with Iron Hands is 9 turns. Charizard is 10 with Fluttermane. If you caught Charizard already, let's stick with Blastoise. Ah, that's interesting. I wonder how many turns. It's way quicker than with Galar than Iron Hands, I think. So the Blastoise must be way quicker, because the Galar is like super speedy, so maybe that's true. I just feel like the Fluttermane, the Zard, is so quick. The only reason the legendary Pokemon are shiny locked in Scarlet and Violet because how the game is more open world compared to Sword and Shield. Other than that, there's no reason to shiny lock them. Yeah, it's just the overworld, the fact that they are overworld like static encounters almost, isn't it? That they're shiny locked. If I reset my save data for Shield, will I keep the DLC? Yes, you will, Jerry. Yeah. But instead of resetting it, you could create a new profile, keep the save data that you've got, create a new profile on your Switch, and then just start a new game on that new profile. So you don't lose anything from your old game. Lifting weights and running, so I need all the protein. If you're ever in Texas, let me know. I can make you a proper Mexican barbecue. Mate, that sounds epic. Epic. And yeah, you need all the protein you can get on that regiment. I reset my save and secondary profile, and the DLC is still there. Yeah, so the DLC won't ever go anywhere if you do reset your game. Gentle, I hope you are well. You're not late to the shiny hunt. You've not missed anything. Just a lot of good, wholesome chat that we've had, like usual, with everyone that's joined us today. But otherwise, we're just a lot deeper into the hunt. But it's been a really enjoyable stream. One of the starters will shine this week. I'm confident you get something before 2,730 resets. That's when you'll hit double over odds. Yeah, crazy that we're gonna get potentially into those numbers. Can't believe it. I can believe it, but I can't at the same time. Mr. Wolf, just peeking in for a minute. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well and having a great day yourself. Thanks for just peeking in, but always a pleasure to have you drop in whenever you can. Maybe just to the Syndiquil hunt. Yeah, just to the Syndiquil hunt. Yeah, do that. It'll save you a bunch of time resetting for that outbreak. That's like so pointless. Because the thing with the outbreak as well, it suffers the same kind of situation as the actual spawns in that cave suffer, where the outside, if you go round to the side of that cave, you're going to get there's like an ice platform to the side, and you get loads of spawns there, and they disrupt the amount of spawns that can actually appear in the cave. So there is a way where you can use the let's go function to kind of despawn everything outside the cave and then allow more spawns in the cave, but it's just such a long process that you don't need to kind of do that. Mr. Wolf, like goal 200. Where are we on at the moment? 146. Wow. Thank you so much, chat, for hitting that. That's amazing so far. Thank you so much for the support. Don't tell Lee, but he looks like he laughs at Mr. Bean reruns. Mate. No, what have we done? We didn't even check the other ones. Oh, don't say this. We've ruined that reset. I read the Mr. Bean comment, and I was like, no, I definitely don't. I don't. Right, we're just going to ignore the fact that the shiny could have been on in there, and it wasn't there. The Chikorita wasn't there, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm annoyed at myself for double clicking the A. It wasn't the Mr. Bean comment, Sergio. Don't worry about it. Cassie, how are we doing? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for joining us today. Is it still starter for the first run of the Nuzlocke? It is. The first shiny. We still have had nothing shine yet. The amount of resets we're going to have by the end of this run is going to be actually insane, to be honest. When you think about it now, maybe a regional form of Dreepy in PZ. That would be awesome to see. It could happen as well. Maybe a mega form of Dragapult. Mega Dragapult. I would love to see that. Jose, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are well and having a great day. Thanks so much for coming by the stream. Maybe you can bring us a bit of shiny luck. Jerry, I hope that wasn't it. Me and you both. Whatever you do, don't let that sink in your head. That it could have been that one. It could have been that one. It probably wasn't though, right? Like, realistically. Sergio, no. Don't say that. I'm just using that as an excuse. I should have been paying attention. So Mr. Beam, don't worry about it, dude. Don't send me a super chat. Don't be silly, mate. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You can sub though. That would be happy to have you sub to the channel if you want, and then I can just muck up your nice, probably neat, organized YouTube feed with my videos when they pop up. So no, but don't feel like you need to even apologize. No chance it was your fault. Wish the shiny notification in Pokemon games was like Legends. I know, it'd be great if they keep that in the next, like in ZA, if they keep that running through that series of games. It'd be so good, because it is definitely a big miss. I feel Scarlet and Violet, I always wonder, like, how many shinies have I missed in the overworld just running around and not seeing them, just because that not if isn't there. Want Mega Tortoisal and Mega Dragonite. I would love Mega Feraligatr would be so good, and I feel like Dragonite definitely deserves one. I think it's one of the only pseudo legendaries that we've never had as a shiny, right? Like a lot of the other ones, the pseudo legendaries have all had mega evolutions, so it feels like Dragonite, being the OG pseudo legendary, should get one. It's performed so well in Scarlet and Violet and competitive as well, like the last 2 years, so I feel like it's been getting a bit of love. Sick, I just got black 2 and white 2 strategy guide with a map. I love a Pokemon strategy guides. I wish we still got them. Yes, mate, I know. I've got my black. I think, is it black or black? No, it is black, white, and 2 up there. Yeah, they're so cool. I used to love just reading through them. I've kept all the ones I had from the older games though. They're so good. I think I've got a HeartGold Soul Silver one up there as well. Yeah, there is HeartGold Soul Silver. Yeah, should pull it down for this run. We should refer to it every time we get to a point in the story and be like, okay, what do we do next? Let's get a strategy guide out. Have you ever reached the point of questioning if the shiny exists yet? I usually hit that point at about 50 to 100 encounters low. Yeah, I keep coming across that thought in my head. I'd say every like half an hour to an hour, I feel solidly that's something I do think about. Mighty, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. No shiny. No. It will happen. It will happen. The confidence, every reset gets whittled away. Mega Haxorus, yes. Oh, Mega Haxorus would be a beast. Although Haxorus technically isn't a pseudo. I like to classify it as a pseudo legendary, but it's not technically a pseudo, which is yeah, sad, because it feels like it should be, and it looks like it should be. Just a regular old dragon. Mr. Bean is the man. I love that show. Used to always remember watching like Mr. Bean when I was like a kid. Mr. Bean the movie. Mr. Bean. We've got like nephews and nieces now that love the TV show. I've never really seen it, so I don't know if it's similar to like what I used to do in the actual real life TV show. In Let's Go Eevee, I remember seeing a shiny Drowsy and I accidentally watched it despawn because I walked out. No, only shiny I'm aware I've missed. Drowsy's and like Hypno's such a nice shiny. That pink is crazy fluorescent with the Hypno. I do like it. Sad times. I hope that's the only and last one that you ever have. Love Dragonite, worked hard to get one in the Safari Zone on a Leaf Green playthrough. Wow, Petro, that's amazing. And in a Safari Ball. Did you trade it up to Scarlet and Violet? That's amazing if you did. Such a cool catch. Imagine getting a shiny in there as well. What's the rules for the encounter shinies? You have to take the first shiny you see in each area only. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the way we're going to run it. The only shiny today is a shiny Zangoose from a mass outbreak in Violet. Still a nice shiny, Philip. Really nice one. The blue Zangoose. My very first followed shiny I got in Scarlet and Violet. My playthrough of those. I'm saying reset. 2363 is the shiny. Brexit, I hope you're alright. I really do. Dragonite normal Terra is good. Yes, so strong. Killed a few shinies before I've had a false swipe user in Scarlet and Violet. I feel like I've done that as well, Danny, before I really implemented the false swipe user. I'm sure there's a few that I've knocked out by mistake and really been annoyed at myself about. And that's why I always carry the false swipe user now. I feel like I've erased those memories from my brain. Still on leaf green, but I will send it up along with the other champions. Gonna stop for some ribbons along the way. Nice. Definitely worth doing. It's such a rare catch in the Safari Zone as well, so that'd be super nice to do before you trade it up, before home is gone for, or bank is gone forever. I think I said this in a recent video, but thank you Osirus for the chat for encouraging me to do the 8F in red. I now have all of the shiny Cannnot legendaries. My shiny Mew now has a ton of ribbons. Mighty. No problem, mate. I am so happy though that you went and done it, and you went even further than just the Mew, and you got the Zapdos, the Moltres, Articuno, and the Mewtwo. They are an incredible collection, like all shiny with that GB mark. That's so cool. That is very cool. And the ribbons to boot on the Mew, very nice. Hopefully we see that mightiest Mewtwo raid return at some point in Scarlet and Violet for a round 2. And you're then able to get the mightiest mark on the Mew as well, which would be pretty nice if you can do that. Hunter, I remember my first shiny was a Hoothoot in the original Pokemon Silver, and very nice, like such a nice shiny as well. That must have been wild to be like, did you know what a shiny was then as well? I hear so many stories, and I swear I would have been like this as well. And I may have even had an encounter with a shiny when I was in those games and just thought it was a glitch, where people think it's a glitch, so you just knock it out or turn the game off or something. Failed shiny Octillery in Legends Arceus. No, Jerry. That is one of the best shinies in that game as well. Was that the alpha on the beach? That's brutal if it was. Sorry to hear that. Mewtwo raid and the Pikachu raid are the only 2 raids I didn't do. Bug. I hope they bring the Mewtwo raid back. There's no way I'm trying to solo it again though in game. No chance. Oh, so RNG dependent. But it would be nice for those that missed that event to bring it back. Hadn't even looked at trying to get the other legendary shinies on red. Might have to give it a go. Definitely give it a shot, Rich. Mighty might be the best person to ask, but I think you need to change the combination of items with the 8F item to get the other Pokemon shiny, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not 100% on that. But Mighty will be the best person to kind of tell us if that's true or not. I used the shiny Gyarados and Crystal to breed a shiny Eevee and trade it up to home, sitting on my in my hopes we get a new evolution or 2. I really like. That's a cool idea. Really nice one as well from Gen 2. Get that Gyarados. Gen 2 breeding mechanics are so crazy. I didn't know shinies were a thing till Pogo. Oh wow. Yeah, Pogo made shinies a lot more accessible. They're not easy to get, but they are way more accessible than some of the other games. Some of the older games anyway. Take a thing in Pokemon Legends EA, you will get a keystone, but the Pokemon won't need the Mega Stone. Instead, only certain Pokemon like Alpha Pokemon will be able to do a Mega Evolve. That would be kind of cool as well, if it's only Alpha Pokemon. And there's a link there between Alpha Pokemon and Megas. That goes along with my theory about Zygarde and then ZA being Zygarde and Alpha. I know lots of people have poo-pooed that, but there's a lot of stuff to say that it's kind of that's what it stands for, an Alpha Zygarde. Just feel like, yeah, it could be a thing. Could be a thing. Could be as simple as that. It might not even stand for anything. It might just be, you know. I just think the dash there just has some significance. That's why I don't think it's 2 Pokemon, because I think if it was 2 Pokemon, I think it would be separated maybe differently. And I don't know if you'd have 2 Pokemon in the title either. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you had like Pokemon XY would just be XY. I don't think it would be X-Y. That's why I just feel like that dash has a lot of meaning in what that's referring to. I don't know. Got Go Ditto yesterday. It was like an unzipping a file that had many files quests. I still need to get a Ditto. I'm praying for the day that I do see my partner Pokemon that I've got with me just appear in the overworld. I've got a Shadow Charizard in there at the minute, and I've had it pop up a couple of times on the map, but it's always been a Zeraora rather than the Ditto. So rare to come across Dittos. Sent my shiny Sneasel and Cyndaquil hatched in Crystal up to PLA. Now I have a shiny Hisuian, GB Hisuian Typhlosion. That is absolutely crazy, Petro. I love that. Caleb, my first shiny was in Diamond, was a Cricketop before I got Pokeballs to catch it. No, so you missed it. Oh, that is brutal. Oh. Caleb, that makes me so sad. I feel like you need like all the karma for shiny hunting in future just because of that. When you had no Pokeballs, it's such like, yeah, it shouldn't be allowed. I hope they make shiny mythicals more accessible since the amount of hoops. Yeah, I hope so. It'd be nice to see Victini get a shiny eventually, like released. I think Keldeo still shiny locks. Meloetta is. So yeah, it'd be nice to see like that whole cohort of mythicals be able to be called shiny. You have to go get them. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Lewis, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Do you know how legit and truthful are the Pokemon? What was that? Do you know how legit and truthful are the Pokemon sell on eBay? The Pokemon that you can buy on eBay? I'd probably say not legit, and definitely don't spend your money on them. What is it you need? Yeah, I feel like they're all like, I don't know. I'm not calling anyone anything, but I just feel like they're not legit. Like that's just hacked Pokemon being sold on eBay. Even if they claim they're legit, like, are they? They're like more than likely genned in to the games and then just sent out to you that way. So like, don't pay money on eBay for them. If there's something you need, tell me. If I've got it, I'd rather just send it to you than you spend money on eBay buying a Pokemon that's probably not legit. EBR, my first shiny was a Numel. Nice. In Pokemon Ruby as well. At the time, I didn't even know the shinies existed, but I captured anyway because the sparkles looked weird. Not until years later I realized that it was a shiny. That is a great story. I love that. You still got it now. Shiny Camerupt as well is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite shinies from that gen as well. So cool. I love that. I'm glad you caught it though, because you're like, yeah, it's got sparkles. It must have some importance. It's a very non-crazy and I can help shiny hunt Lewis. I think Wolfie made a video using teams he bought on eBay and they were all genned. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he did make a video like that, didn't he? Yeah. There's similar services to I nearly made a video. This is like a while ago now about what was it, Fiverr. There's ads on Fiverr that will build you a team and give you the Pokemon for competitive play, and I was gonna do a video on that, but I can't remember what came up and I never went through with it. But I still think it's a pretty fun video idea to do. Not to call anyone out, but I think it'd be kind of fun to see what team you get given and like, yeah, where the Pokemon came from, were they legit and stuff like that. It'd be a fun video for someone to do if they're doing a lot of competitive content. No shiny here. They were created by Mewtwo. Created by Mewtwo. Mewtwo's actually just went into business on eBay. He's got a cloning device. Mewtwo earning his bread. eBay sales, hates the fees, but gotta make a living. Still, I would recommend Austin's video at the matter if you want to do the follow every step that he makes sure that there are no problems. You might have replied to me a little bit further up and I might have missed it. I think it said in a recent video, but you can use Osirus in the chat. Encourage me to do. Okay, yeah. Mighty, did you need to change any of the item combinations though to do the other legendaries, or did you just do the same exact thing that you did with Mew on the Zapdos, the Articuno, and the Mewtwo? Sad because I have a bank and transporter, but my shiny Zubat from Diamond is stuck on that card because you have to trade it through Black and White, and I don't own any Gen 5 games. Oh, that is horrible. Oh, that's really annoying. Is there anyone you know that has those, or in a way? Can you trade from? Can you still use the GTS on Diamond now if you use that alternative DNS server? You might be able to with a trade code, because you could possibly trade it to someone that has the Black and White games and bank, and then they could trade it up to Scarlet and Violet for you and then trade it back across to you from there. It's like a long workaround, but it could work. It's always the same combination with any Pokemon. Ah, right, I didn't realize that. I thought it was different. And Bug, 2,180 for the shiny. Thank you for the guess. This is it then. No shiny. No shiny. Sadly, I lost it years ago. This was years before Pokemon Home. At the time, the idea to keep Pokemon forever was absurd. I did so many of us back then reset the game to enjoy it again. Yeah. It's so brutal when you think about that, you know. I get sad thinking about my original red save file because it was like my competitive one. I just don't know where it is, and wherever it is now, the battery's definitely gone on it. Carlos, thank you so much for the subscribe. Yeah, Justin, worth asking around if your friends have got the copy of the game just to borrow, because you only need it for like just that one thing to do. You don't even need to go into the game, I don't think. Been playing the initial D soundtrack on repeat for the past couple of days now. Very inspiring for running and working out. Nice. I'll have to give it a listen, Sergio. No problem, Justin, and good luck getting it sorted. If you're really stuck though, and none of your friends can help out, I'm happy to, if we can trade across online, then to trade it to me, and then I'll try and trade it up to get it to Scarlet and Violet to trade back. Do I listen to when I run? At the moment, I've been listening to more podcasts when I've been running. When I do listen to stuff, what I've been listening to recently, actually a lot of Funeral for a Friend recently, so a bit more fast-paced stuff. A bit like Funeral for a Friend as well feels like it's like old school, but it's not that old school. But like I've been listening to a lot of Funeral for a Friend recently when I've been running, but the last week or so I've just been putting podcasts on when I've been running, which is a bit weird because the music always makes it a lot easier. It's always a way more of a grind when you've got a podcast on. Run is done, 3.36k and 15 today. Nice, Riley. Time for strength training, y'all. Rip, no shiny. No shiny during the cardio, mate. What are we going to take it to today? Let's take it up to 2,200. And then I think we'll knock it on the head for today. That's quite a lot. What have we done reset wise? Yeah, that's a good one. I listen to audiobooks when I'm swimming. That's nice. That's a nice idea. Yeah, I like longer podcasts as well, because if I'm running for like a decent amount of time, I don't like to have to keep flicking through my phone to like change what I'm listening to. But yeah, there's some longer podcasts that I do listen to that are like really good, but I find it way more motivating when I've got music on. Rich, Funeral for a Friend, amazing. Had tickets to see them the last year, but couldn't make it because I was ill. Oh, that is so sad, mate. I love Funeral for a Friend. I think between them and Taking Back Sunday, they're probably the bands I've seen most live out of every band that I've seen. Which is crazy to think. Funeral for a Friend though, big favourite of mine when I was younger. But they got some banging tracks. Hopefully, mate, you get a chance to see them again soon. Such a throwback band, though. I don't know if you're into D&D, but there's a good D&D podcast called D&D. I think there are 5 seasons, and I love it. It's quite a laugh. I'll definitely check it out, Danny. 100%. Thanks for the suggestion. I run into comedy podcasts until I had cramps from laughing. Taught me a lesson. Yeah, mate. Never good. Sometimes some of the podcasts I listen to, they're not like comedy, but they have like real funny bits in, and it's like, it's so dangerous on the treadmill. Like when you're laughing and you had like, man, I've had a few close calls. Selling artwork at an upcoming convention this weekend, so I have to be doing prep while listening to the stream. I'll see Scarlet, and I hope all the prep's going good, and good luck with the art sale this weekend. I hope you have a really good time out there and sell lots of stuff. You'll have to let us know next week how you get on at it, and if you've got anything spare, send us all a link with where we could go and check it out, and maybe we'll pick some stuff up if you've not managed to sell everything. Bought both of those bands were my high school days. Yeah, I remember the first gig I went to see. I was like, so this is a crazy story. So I was a huge Taken Back Sunday fan, massive, and I was like, oh, I can't believe they're coming to like Newcastle to play. And I got tickets to the gig, and they were headlining, and I was like, I didn't know until the night of the gig who were the support acts, and we're lining up to go in, and everyone in the queue was like, oh, have you heard that Taking Back Sunday are now supporting this other band that have been like the support band, are now headlining. The labels have like switched them around for the rest of the tour, and they're advertising it as this like different one. It's crazy. I was like, what? They can't do that. I was like, this is like Taking Back Sunday is like the headliner for this tour. So it turned out I hadn't heard of this band either, because it was like really early on before they released any of their singles or anything. But the band that was supporting them, that actually took on the headline band of the rest of the tour after this, was My Chemical Romance, and that was the first gig I ever saw and was like aware of the band My Chemical Romance. So it was in this dingy like uni kind of basement in Newcastle. It was a great venue. But yeah, went in, and Taken Back Sunday supported, and then a really young My Chemical Romance came on after and headlined the gig. So that was crazy. But that was the first time I saw Taken Back Sunday. And then a year or two later, I was at Leeds Festival, and Taken Back Sunday were headlining at Leeds Festival. And I was walking around the Atticus tent, and lo and behold, who's standing beside me but Adam Lazar. And then I bumped into him again later on, and it was honestly like I was stalking him, and I had to say, I was like, Adam, I'm not following you around here. But it was like I was stalking him, because I kept bumping into him, and I got stood next to him again at another gig for a smaller act later that day. So yeah, he's a super nice guy, really nice, Adam Lazar. Very cool band though. Here's hoping to catch them. I think I've seen Royal Blood most at this point. Very cool band as well. I saw them last year. I have to see Foo Fighters this summer in Manchester, which should be great. That'll be epic. Dave Grohl is an absolute legend. I love Dave Grohl. You'll have a great time there, mate. That'll be awesome. Looking forward to you seeing them. Once you're done, I'm leaving tomorrow, but I'll sell some Pokemon merch. I will link my Etsy next week if I have extra stuff. I'd love to check it out, Elsie, and support if I can. But yeah, I hope it goes well. Havoc, how are you doing, mate? You know, actually the first band I went to see live. See, that's why you're a legend, mate. Hope you're doing well, man. Great to see you as always. But yeah, Funeral, top tier, S tier band. Like the Cramps too. TBS is from New Jersey. They were big. They'll play at the small club in my hometown. Wow, Border, that's amazing. I bet they do like acoustic sets and stuff like that. I would love to see an acoustic set by TBS. It would be so good. But I gotta say, my favorite band of all time is Jimmy World. Nothing really nice, intimate venue. You're very awesome. I love that venue, Rich. Yeah, go down the stairs and it's like all dingy under there. But saw some epic bands down there. Listen to some Irish history. I like fantasy books too. Nice. Dave Grohl, a legend. You're a legend. Sergio, Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl, mate. I cannot, like, I love Dave Grohl. I was at Glastonbury Festival last year, and he must have done like a feature act with about 6 other bands over the weekend. The guy just loves performing. He is just he's so talented as well, and he's got such a great voice. Yeah, Dave Grohl is just an absolute ledge, and the Foos are amazing. They do a Christmas show every year. No way, Border. Oh, you are spoiled. That is awesome. I would give anything to go to that. That would be so cool. Best band of all time is Led Zeppelin. No other band even comes close. Yeah, I mean, Led Zeppelin, like, they're just the OGs, really, aren't they? Yeah, hard to really argue that point. From Philly area, so all the girls I dated were always into FF, PBS, Thursday. Those bands you mentioned, yeah, I can imagine, mate. Yeah. Did it make you like those bands more or less? Is anyone into Go Audio? I don't know if I heard them, Chloe. I probably recognized tracks from them. I don't know. It is a band, right? But yeah, Jimmy Eat World. No hablas español. No, mate, I don't. It's the best concert you've attended. Best concert, wow. I've got to say, so being a big Jimmy Eat World fan, the best gig that I've ever been to is I can't remember what year at Leeds Festival it was, but there was one year specifically we organized to go, friends, and because Jimmy Eat World were headlining, and like our friend group were like big Jimmy Eat World fans, and you never really got the chance very often to see Jimmy Eat World because they didn't really do much in the UK, so it was like really rare. Like we'd seen them a few years earlier. They supported Green Day at Milton Keynes Bowl. That was a long trip. That was like a day gig. That was cool. But then they were headlining or playing at Leeds Festival, and we were at Leeds Festival, and it was like they were meant to play on the Friday or something like that, and then they cancelled. They had to pull out for whatever reason, and I was so good. I've never been so gutted that I like couldn't see a band. So that was like really like disappointing. The rest of the weekend was good, but that was really sad. So the next year, and this is how cool Jimmy Eat World are, they were playing again, and they played on the Friday on the main stage, and they had the new album out. I think which album is it? The one with coffee and cigarettes. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. So that was out. That was their new album at the time. So they solely played stuff off that, and I was like, oh man, this set's not that great because it's all just the new stuff, and I'm like, I want to hear a little bit of everything, right? And they announced then and there, they were like, to make up for missing last year, we're doing another gig, and we're headlining the Radio 1 tent later tonight, and it'll be for our hardcore fans. And that gig was amazing. They played like no new stuff. They played stuff off like the Clarity album and all the old school albums and stuff like that, like old tracks like Blister and everything, and like all the long tracks as well, like Goodbye Sky Harbor, 23 as well. And it was just the craziest gig I've ever been to, and it was because I think it was like all the songs that I never thought I'd get to hear live. It's just amazing. It was just one of the best gigs I've ever been to. It was awesome. It was pretty sick. Yeah. Havoc, doing good, mate. You need to catch up soon. I went to see a band called Holding Absence for the second time last year. Insanely good live. Their lead singer is doing FFAF's Slam Dunk set for them. No way, really? That's cool, mate. I need to give them a listen. I haven't heard anything by them. I guarantee though, you're pretty good with the recommendations, so I'll probably like them. Slam Dunk looks very good this year as well. Some like very cool bands playing Slam Dunk. 2,200 got into chat, yeah. Right, I tell you what, we'll take it to 2010, then we'll wrap up for today. I was pretty good that Blink 182 cancelled their show in Vegas on my birthday, but I was also sick. Oh, Danny, that is gutting. I don't know if you like Danny. I had tickets to go and see Blink in Glasgow last year, and they literally cancelled on the day of the gig. Like, I literally, if they just announced the cancellation like 15 minutes earlier, I could have not got my flight as I flew from Bristol to Glasgow. But they literally announced it on my flight up, and I met my friend in Glasgow, and he was like, how you doing, mate? You all right? He was like, yeah, good. I was like, got some bad news. And I honestly, for the longest time, was like, you're joking around, because the first thing he said to me was like, mate, the gig's cancelled. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it's definitely not. He was like, it is. They've like just announced it. I was like, there's no way they've cancelled this gig. And they did. So yeah, I had a weekend up in Glasgow for nothing. That was pretty gutting. So it would have been cool to see Mark, Tom and Travis back together again, but never mind. Haven't listened to Jimmy in years. Going to have to Spotify on after the stream. I love Jimmy. They're like they're just an all-time favorite of mine. I just like Jim Atkins is such a good songwriter. I just think his lyrics are just banging. So good. The one artist I want to see perform live is Post Malone. Love his songs so much. I think Post would be a great act to see live. Best concerts I've seen are Disturbed with Breaking Benjamin. The Eagles, what? You've seen the Eagles? That's insane. I don't hate Nickelback. Nickelback's a really cool one, mate. I've heard they're very good. Yeah. Can't believe you've seen the Eagles. That's absolutely insane. That's crazy. Yeah, been pretty lucky with like bands I've seen. Trying to think of some like legends that I've seen. Legends. I mean, I saw Elton John last year at Glasgow. That was alright. Like, everyone likes a bit of Elton, I think. Tell you which is a really great gig. One of the best gigs I ever seen was last year. Was Rick Astley at Glastonbury. I had to go and I saw he was playing, so I was like, I have to go and see Rick Astley, and that was epic. That was so good. Rick is a legend. Be interesting to see, Rich, as well, if you're seeing the Foos, if Rick Astley will make an appearance. He's quite good friends with Dave Grohl. He does quite a lot of like little cameo appearances with the Foos now and then. Wouldn't be surprised me if he was there. I keep saying we're going to get to this number, and then we're getting into more good chat. Right, we'll take it to 212 this one, and then we'll call it. No, we'll take it to 215, and then we'll call it. Pink at Wembley was epic. That sounds awesome. I bet that was awesome. Any gig at Wembley would be really good. I'd love to see, like, Sam Fender's doing a lot of tours at the minute, and because he's from like my neck of the woods, I'd love to see Sam Fender, one who I haven't really seen yet. It's one of my favorites. He was down at Glastonbury, but I missed him, which is really sad. Went to Manchester Blink show last year as well. It was really good. Yeah, mate. It was like Glasgow, I think, was the only... No, Glasgow and Ireland were the ones that were cancelled. And they rescheduled it for like this September on a Thursday night. I'm like, a Thursday night? Come on, guys. Yeah, not impressed. Not impressed with the rescheduling. Seen hundreds of shows. My favorite bands more than 20 times each. But my favorite show that sticks out, the Beastie Boys in 2007. Truly incredible. That's epic, mate. That is awesome. I tell you who else was really good was Lionel Richie. I saw Lionel Richie, and Lionel was just a ledge. He was just quality. Just a legend. That was really good. But it was not really like a go crazy gig. It was just good. A good concert last year. I actually saw Red Hot Chili Peppers and Arctic Monkeys 2 at the Riverside. Arctic Monkeys, amazing. Chili Peppers, I got a bit of beef with the Chili Peppers. We saw them at Leeds Festival live in I don't know what year, but the lead singer, he was like, he walked off after like the first minute of the set, and the band just jammed for the next 2 hours, and it was like the weirdest thing ever. And it was like, come on guys, this is not cool. But yeah, Billy Talent is probably the best concert I've seen. Not sure if you know them, but they're slick. I know Billy Talent. Tell you the cool thing. Okay, so Lisa's calling 2,219. Okay, we'll go for that. So the coolest thing I've been to, coolest gig I've been to, was Michael Eavis, who is the founder of Glastonbury Festival. I got invited to his birthday party, his 80th birthday party, and at his birthday party, I'm not joking, it was very like, it was not small. The village that he's from were there, but there was like performances that night, and Billy Bragg was playing. They were all doing like covers and stuff like that. But one of the coolest things that I've seen is Chris, what's he called, Chris from Coldplay. Anyway, he was up on stage literally like maybe like 5 meters away from where I was standing, and he was doing Get Lucky by Daft Punk, and it's the coolest cover I've ever heard in my life. So Billy Bragg, who else was there playing, singing? There was loads of them up. Like they obviously didn't come and mix with us, but they were performing. It was cool. It was a really cool night. Yeah, that was one of the coolest things. There's a text them, I hope you like ZZ Top, Ken. ZZ Top, name I haven't heard in ages. Right, friends, we'll take it 2 more and then we will call it a day for this. And I can't believe we've come on again and not got the shiny, but I tell you what, it doesn't matter, because the chat's been awesome today. You guys have been awesome. Hanging out's been brilliant. So thank you so much for making the streams what they are, and keeping me company while I don't go insane from trying to get these starter shinies. Could we see the shiny in this last one? No. Right, 1 more and then we'll do it. Take it to a nice round number of 20. Daft Punk, #1 artist I wish I had seen before they broke up. I know, they would have been so good to see live. Like, I really wish it. Chris Martin, that's who I was trying to say. So Chris Martin singing Get Lucky by Daft Punk, one of the best covers I've seen. Yeah. Lily Allen was there as well. So Lily Allen, Chris Martin, Billy Bragg, and there was one more I think, but I can't remember the name. So yeah, they were pretty cool though. Like literally feet away, you could reach out and almost touch them at some points. So that was a cool opportunity I had to go to. I think Michael will be 90 soon as well, so hopefully get an invite to that party, but I don't know. Been to one, don't get greedy. Right, that's it, friends. 2,220 and no shiny is showing up. How dare they not do this? But it means we'll be back tomorrow to try this all again. So there'll be no Deoxys stream tonight, unfortunately, but we'll do a double one tomorrow instead. I'm just need to finish off the rest of the video that's coming out later, so I just need to make time for that. But thank you so much to everyone for coming by the stream today. We crushed 150 likes, so that's amazing. I'm just gonna see if this works, because I've got this thing. I don't know if it will work. Will this post a message? There it is, it works. Okay, thanks for coming to the stream, friends. Take care and see you on the next one. Brilliant, that's great. I've got this little, like, these triggers that I've got now set up so I can put in like little messages. That's cool. So I just wanted to test it. Have a great evening. See you soon. Yeah, we'll be kicking off tomorrow with this again, friends. So if you're around for it tomorrow, it'd be great to hopefully see you there. And fingers crossed we eventually get the shiny as well. We got to keep trying for it. We're so deep into it now. So hopefully it'll happen soon. But thank you, friends, for coming out and making this such an awesome stream, as you always do. And take care of yourselves, more importantly than anything. I'll see you hopefully on the next one tomorrow to continue this once again. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.